Welcome to Howie Mandel Does Stuff. I'm Howie Mandel.
I'm Jacqueline Schultz.
That's Ludinos.
I just noticed the staff picture behind you.
What?
Your staff picture.
Yeah.
I think there's a few people missing.
There are, but don't mention it because they're going to be hurt. You know that I just got, right before we went on the air, Sylvia called and said nobody from her office was told about the staff picture. And it takes a lot of people to put together this production. These are all the people that are here each and every day putting this epic podcast together. We have... last week, I don't know if anybody that's here now was following last week. We had a family feud. We had a kerfuffle, and but we've all made up. My son and I were not getting along, and you took over, and I think you did an amazing job. People in the comments were saying, Jackie, this should be. They liked it actually, and you want to know Go ahead.
My big problem is, I'm a planner. I love having a plan. I love setting stuff up like that. I used to have a live stream where I would go live, and I used to also do a podcast back before it was even cool to podcast. I think it was like in 2016 or something, and I would interview people, but I would spend. You're not listening.
I am listening, but I'm also posing because your brother is refocusing.
You can listen and smile.
Go ahead, keep talking.
But I would spend hours like interviewing, doing research, and then interviewing and doing the podcast. I don't mind doing it live. It was just that you just left without telling me, without letting me know, without me having a plan, without knowing what clips we could show. And then also a guest coming in, and I feel like they would be pissed because no guest is coming in to come talk to me. They think they're coming in to talk to you. And then if you're not here, I feel like that's bullshit for the guest. It's rude. And
what were you saying? What are you saying?
Yeah. That's one thing I've noticed.
Apparently she said something.
As I mature, I've noticed that I listen more. I really listen very closely, and I listen a lot is what I do.
What are you doing now?
Oh, no, he's focusing on you, Lou. Go
What?
ahead. They're focusing on you, Lou.
Huh?
Look at the camera. There you go.
You are annoying and hard to put up with, Dad.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's not air it on the air.
I don't mean it like in a bad way. I love you.
No. How do you... That's a very Dom Herrera. Dom Herrera is one of my favorite comedians of all time, but you're very annoying. I don't mean it in a bad way. Can you tell me how annoying I am in the most positive way there is?
I feel like that's why you're successful. Like your personality has gotten you.
You want annoying? Come see Howie.
Yeah.
That's my brand. I'm an annoying. That's my brand, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't do it alone. If you think this is incredibly annoying and
your son is annoying too. Alex is annoying too. It wasn't just you.
Sorry.
I'm annoying? Why?
It's my default position.
Why am I
If I can't
annoying?
make you laugh, I will annoy you.
Wait, I want to know. Why do you think I'm annoying?
Oh, just to be on. Is that you? Well, maybe that. Why am I annoying? And then the phone's on and people are coming through?
No, it's my Ring doorbell. I just turned off the sound.
Well, it starts there. Anyway, the point is, I don't think you're annoying, but most of the staff does.
Alex Hutchinson says Lou is his favorite. Is he the least annoying?
Alice Hutchinson.
Alex
Hutchinson? What? Fucking A.
Yeah.
Anyway, I wanted to go, some of the stuff that I missed last week. Don't do that. I've talked to you about your phlegm.
Yes, and
we invite you. We don't invite your phlegm. Lou is...
You had stuff planned for last week. Are you planning on doing it this week now?
Well, I wanted to talk about certain things. I don't know if they're still big. The first thing I wanted to talk about is there was a rumor online that I had died.
I think, didn't we show that last week?
But you didn't show it all.
Briefly.
So,
we did it, but I didn't do a good job. You know why?
Everybody said you were annoying.
I didn't know what you planned.
I didn't plan to die, and I didn't plan for this.
You planned to talk about it.
There is the.
So it's not true, is what you're saying.
This has been. I think there's been a lot of articles written about you dying.
So you can read this. Howie Mandel alive. What happened? he passed away, the news was viral that I passed away. And given that people had never seen Howie Mandel with hair before, they believed that his bald appearance was linked to an illness that I've apparently had for the last 22 years. I've been slowly declining with my hairline. But they thought that I died. And what? Keep going down. Was there more?
You didn't slowly decline. Your hairline didn't slowly recede. You just shaved
No,
it
it
all
just
off.
died. My hair died. Bang bangs, I'm dead. And then they posted this picture of me
you look
to show
very
what I used to look like before I died. So when you look at keep that picture up. Keep that picture up. When you look at this picture, you go, "Oh shit, he is so healthy. He's a young blonde man with look at him. He's got that California tan. He's got those golden locks. He is healthy."
You are very youthful. I saw a TikTok that someone posted of you that you like dress very young and cool. Did you see that TikTok?
No. But
Yes, you did. You
why are we going to
reposted
the
it.
death to my and then now my new look, go to my new look. This is my new look there. Oh, it's a comedy showcase on March 12th. I'm showcasing my comedy. But look at how this picture looks to I'm near death. I'm near death. In fact, this is me posing apparently inside my my coffin, inside my what are you doing? Uber.
Alex just sent me a text saying that we have to order lunch.
Really now?
wanna join his
Join
order.
Alexander Seth's group order on Uber Eats.
Do you want
Really,
to order?
Alex? Really? The fact that you started the show on time for a change, this is what you're working on? Lunch? Alex. Alex. Well, he's busy. He's busy ordering lunch. It's a group order. Why do we have to? Why am I getting a text right in? I was gonna say in the middle, but it's in the first 10 minutes about what I want to eat for lunch.
Well, I got everything else done, so now I'm focused on food.
You realize that this is not done yet.
Oh,
We're still working on this.
you don't want any food?
Well, it's important. If I don't eat, I'll die.
Jackie wants food.
I
mean, it's not like I have long flowing. You want something?
Yeah.
What are you gonna have?
I think broccoli cheddar
So, guys,
soup.
stay where you are, and don't worry. And Lou, just stay where you are. We're ordering lunch.
Okay.
And if you guys want anything, just put it in the comments.
Do you think they
Let
use
the staff know you're ordering lunch.
Oh, the whole staff is on this chain. I wonder what Sylvia and her team are gonna order.
Soundwave Art? You know who Soundwave? First of all, they just said, "Hi, Howie and Jackie. Let's create another playable piece of art together." Soundwave Art is what I gave
love
you.
that.
The piece of art. Why? I don't know how to find it now. Like how to play the thing.
Yes, we'll do that. I love you. So they do. It's like this.
Soundwave.
Yeah.
You put a sound wave, and then it attaches
To an
either
app.
a sound or a video to that sound wave. So when you scan that piece of art, it plays whatever you want it to play, whether it be a video or a sound. It's really cool.
It is. Lou?
Can I tell you a story about how I called somebody a dumb Polak?
I'm a Polak.
Can I tell you this story?
You can't. Hold on. I'm going to place an order really fast.
While
Do you
I-
want anything to eat?
I'm fine.
Do you want anything, Dad?
No, I like that wide shot. I like that wide shot. That's good. It makes us look mysterious. Okay, go ahead. Tell the story in the fog like this.
I was in the Las Vegas, Nevada at the Tropicanas. I was doing my stand-ups. And in one of the bits that I do, I asked for a person's name. And he gave me his name, and I did a joke about his name. And then I said, "Is that Portuguese?" And he said, "Because that's my default geographical area, Portuguese." And he said, no, it's Polish. And then I said, I grew up in Toronto in an Italian neighborhood. And then he said this. He said, "Woodbridge?" And I said, "No. You know why they call Woodbridge Woodbridge? Because it's not Toronto." And then I turned towards the audience.
Okay, well, that's the
I
end of that
turned
story.
towards the audience.
No,
And I said, "You dumb Polak."
It's not a good story.
It's a great story.
Well, you know how they, and I think I've said this before, a lot of comedians say, if I could just make one person laugh, I'm doing my job. It shouldn't just be you, your story. It's got to be another person.
No, I can't.
Rocky Old said, "Don't feel down, Jackie. I honestly don't think your dad would be able to do this podcast without you."
but she can do it without me. Is that what you're saying? Because that's what she did. She did it without me. So this is also, people were also complaining about last week's podcast because we had a flyover, the Blue Angels. You left early. I don't know why you left so early.
I had to leave. I had another podcast to do.
Okay. But we had a flyover with the Blue Angels.
Blue Angels.
Flew over.
Wow.
And people were disappointed because, first of all, it's incredibly patriotic. Have you ever seen they do it at the
During
Super
the
Bowl?
X, remember during the X they had them fly over. Remember?
People don't know what During the X is.
But isn't that what they used to do? Those
Canadian National Exhibition had flyovers, but it wasn't the Blue Angels.
Oh.
But it is like either the Army or the Navy or the
Air
Blue
Force?
Angels or the
How
Air
about the Air
Force.
Force?
The Air Force do during the Super Bowl.
Right.
And they were nice enough to contact us and asked if they could do it on the last podcast. And
How did you?
so we did it. We ran it. I don't know if you have a clip of the last podcast before the outside. Do you? No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Describe it.
Find it.
What?
Do you want us to find it? We could
What
find
we did in the last podcast? Yes. Why don't you find just that part in the last podcast, and we'll show you.
Or describe it. Why don't you describe what you saw?
What I want to say is people were disappointed, and we are here to appease the audience and make the audience feel better about, we listen to your comments, and people have been subscribing like crazy. I got to say, shout out to the staff back here for coming up with the scratch and sniff subscribe button. I think now we're up to like 5,000 people a day with a stinky finger.
They change the smells too.
They change the smells every week. Is this it? Where Josh was there? Josh Flagg is coming back because he was so blown. Are we close to the?
We're close.
Okay. So
Well, I'm glad he had fun, even though it was a crazy.
he wanted to come
podcast.
back because he was just so bowled over by what we were able to do and the people.
Did you
Are we
ever hear from
Are you going to
Altman?
play it from here?
Did you ever hear
We'll
from
ask that
Altman?
when he comes back.
No, did Rich
Watch.
saying
Let's
like
watch this, and then we'll come back and we'll do. Are you ready? Here we go. No, play. There's no sound, is there? This is us because he said we're 30 seconds away from the flyover. You can see what happened, and then we get outside.
So far, you're going outside.
We're going outside.
Still going.
Look,
In 26 seconds.
Ooh.
20
20 walk.
wow.
there was a countdown.
Name
Oh.
7 people in your staff.
Angela,
Uh huh.
Gary,
Yeah.
Phil,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Sarah, Annie.
10, 9,
Oh, wait.
8, 7,
Here it is.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wow. Amazing. I'm speechless.
You missed it.
You weren't here for it. But what people were saying was they were upset that we didn't take the camera outside. I read, I see what you're saying, and it's not true. We did take a camera outside, and Jeremy and Kenny didn't. You can see that we switched different cameras.
Yeah.
They did not switch to the outside camera, but we have something called an ISO where they isolate every camera, and that exists. And for the viewing pleasure, we do have a recording of the outside camera.
let's see.
So this is the flyover from last week's live. This is the outside view of what was going on.
Let's take a look at that. I love it. Perfect. What a view. What a view is what I was going to
No,
say.
but
I
I'm
feel
telling
like
you,
that's going to be the same video that we see when we go outside to look at the solar eclipse.
oh, that's a good idea. I love how you
We
see
should
ideas
air-
come to fruition.
We should air the solar eclipse. People are scared of it.
So they
Why
don't
are they
like that.
afraid
You're
of
saying
it?
they're disappointed by what you showed.
That's why I gave them today's view the outside cam so that they can be happy. Are they saying anything about it?
Yeah. Epic footage.
Thank you.
They're not.
I did it for you.
It's
They're
very-
saying fake.
it's saying very
People are saying it's
impressive.
fake.
Oh my God, fucking people.
How can it be
Well, very-
fake? I'm right there.
It's ridiculous.
How can that be fake? Can you imagine? People are so into conspiracies.
I know.
They think it's fake. Who are you thinking?
Fake.
But most of you are very impressed.
You're fake, buddy, for writing that. Fakers.
All right, so I did that. All right, and then I'm going through all the things that I missed from last week, and you didn't cover. I don't know why you don't cover stuff.
Are you going to do it alphabetically?
Am I
Can
gonna
I tell you something? I walked in this morning and you weren't here. And Jeremy goes, what was this that you wanted to talk about? And said something on the list. And I was like, I don't know. Is that from my Google Doc that I put together of ideas? And he's like, no, it's from the one your dad does. So you don't even look at my ideas that I put together and the Google Doc and the...
Can I just say what the problem is? And this is going to be boring for the people at home. You shouldn't have your own Google Doc.
I don't. It's a shared document. You don't understand how Google Documents work.
It's
It's
not
a
boring for me.
shared document that we can both look at and both edit.
No. If you see something that you want to share with our wonderful and stuffies, as we call them, you send it to Jeremy. And then Jeremy puts
Jeremy has the Google Doc.
Jeremy, is there two separate docs?
There's not two separate docs. You're just making your own.
We're going to fight again. I'm going to walk out, and then is this your ploy to get your own podcast?
That's exactly what it is.
There's two separate ones, and some of Jackie's ideas have been dumped.
Dumped onto the one that we're using or dumped from the universe?
Trash.
Dump does not sound good.
Listen, there are no, you know how people say there are no bad ideas? You know how people say that? Have you heard that? There are no bad ideas?
I'm living proof.
I don't believe it. I used to think that, and then I got some of Jackie's ideas. I'm kidding. You
I know.
I kid because that's what pays the mortgage. And you're one of my kids. Just kidding.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. You are actually my child. Anyway, so let's bring up one of your ideas. Is there an idea that I haven't seen in hers? Let's you guys be the judge of it. Is there something that you have that
That's
is
not
Jackie's?
fair.
Well, it is fair. It is fair. Let's see what now I have no idea what's coming up, but this must be
You
something.
didn't get it prepared because you didn't tell him to
what
prepare
was
it.
Jeremy? You're going to say something. What are you saying?
We have one from her that we'll play.
I did not. That was not.
Oh yeah, let's see. This is a Jackie moment.
sabroso.
Oh, soup. Oh!
He's eating it. That was not mine.
That was snot mine.
That was not mine.
Oh my god.
Oh, my Lord.
Oh, look, he's making soup on his own. Why are you leaning over? We don't have that many cameras. Sit up.
I puke every time.
You puke every day.
Oh
Actually,
my
I'll
god.
take credit for that.
Why?
I'll take credit for it. I feel like that's a good
Why?
clip.
Because you're watching
That
other
is
people
one-
enjoying it?
No. We're on a delay. I don't even know if they've seen it yet. Ew.
What do you
Now they're
mean?
seeing
What-
it. Ew.
Yeah, but
no.
we're not on that far of a delay. Like 10
My
minutes later,
computer-
you guys are going to see what we've done. Oh, so
What
he's
I
making
think
soup.
about- what I
Soup.
think
I
about-
hear soup.
Oh, man.
Well, you want to see it one more time?
No.
Yeah.
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 Let's see it. Everybody, look
It
at your
kind of
screen.
looks like the bird poop.
It is. Oh, he's got a bird in his nose.
I'm not watching.
Look at that. He's licking his lips. You lick your lips because there's snot on your
No,
lips.
he ate it like this.
Oh, there he is. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. There. Look at that. Look at that. Is the tongue touching the...
Oh my god.
Where does...
He's actually gonna vomit.
Oh, my God.
Ew.
Ooh. Oh!
He's actually gonna vomit.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
Is he? He's not joking, Dad. He's like red
He's
and
choking,
sweaty.
not joking.
Joking. Not joking.
Get Lou to vomit challenge. Do we have another clip?
What? Get Lou to vomit? That's what they
That's
want
a
to see?
challenge. They're giving us $20.
$20 for you to vomit?
We hear
Show the
Howie,
video.
but can't see him. It's like he's camouflage. They hear you, but
This
they
works,
can't see
right?
you. Yeah. Okay, get another video or show that one again.
I am camouflage. I'm wearing full camouflage gear. I don't know if you know.
Are you
Like
even
the
here?
pants. The pants are off.
You're playing it again?
Yeah, play it. Doesn't matter. Play it.
No.
What are you doing?
Look at I'm a bush. Look at where's Howie? All I see is Jackie sitting beside a bush. How does camouflage really work?
I
Does
feel
it
like
work?
you're gonna hurt yourself.
How am I gonna hurt myself?
Like you're gonna fall.
Why? I'm not moving.
This looks sexual.
Wow. I apparently didn't teach you correctly. It was just a ow.
Yeah.
Ow.
Oh, there you are. Okay, go to another video.
No.
Look, he's crying.
Does anybody speak that language? Anisho Patrico? Anishko Patrico. Wow.
Have you ever seen back here before? It's
What?
really. Have you ever looked back there? It's nice.
That's back there is where how they operate the talking deer.
How
Have
would
you
we
ever
go
talked to the
forward if
deer?
he-
Can we talk to the deer?
The buck.
The buck stops here.
How would we move
I love
forward if he
I love
vomits?
when we don't have things planned and then I say things and then I see whoa. You see that?
No.
Talk to him. Hello, Lou.
Apparently
That's
doesn't
it?
want to talk to me.
That's it?
That's it? How did it stop? Why did it stop?
I feel like we should have
Say
a
something.
cycle of the bird poop.
What did he say? Let's try to. This will be a game. You guys at home, try to guess what the buck is saying. What? What the fuck is he saying? And why does the buck stop?
I want to see Lou puke.
I want to see Lou puke.
Is the buck from my spreadsheet or your spreadsheet? Is the deer from my spreadsheet or your spreadsheet?
I don't know. I don't know.
What are you looking? Oh,
I'm not looking at anything.
You good? Let me one wait till you're good.
It's going to come up again. I know.
What?
It's going to come up again.
What is? Oh,
Just thinking about it.
what was that? Should we get a bag or a trash just in case?
you need it back?
Let's talk to the goat.
It's not.
It's not a goat.
Whatever the fuck this thing is.
Play it again. Play it again.
Hi. Oh, hi. What's that? Oh, you're going to make our audience puke.
I'm
What?
going to make a puke.
What did the buck say?
What's wrong, Lou?
What's wrong, Lou?
I'm visually impaired.
Bucky?
Yeah.
Lou is uncomfortable when
Can we get a
somebody
bucket
is
for
eating.
Lou so
when
we can
somebody-
play the video a couple more times? Can
when
we get a
somebody-
bucket?
Need a bucket?
Yeah.
Oh, a bucket.
Get a bucket
Oh,
or
here
a
we go.
bag for
Here we
Lou.
go. It's actually soup. It's not what
No,
you
it's
think.
not what I think.
Yes, this guy has a.
I just ordered the cream of broccoli soup too from Panera.
Did you order?
That's exactly what it looks like.
Is this our Panera integration? Is this our Panera ad? The cream of broccoli soup from Panera is so thick, so tasty. Run the ad. Panera cream of broccoli soup. Nobody knows soup like Panera. Who knows soup? Panera knows soup.
Stop. We're gonna just
gonna
in case
lose?
they want to be a sponsor.
They should be a sponsor. We're ordering, we're spending money, and we're showing. Look at that. Look at the soup. Look how thick it is.
Okay.
Look at how you could see the broccoli. You could see the green in that soup. That's
Yeah.
healthy soup.
Healthy.
Keep a stiff upper lip. That's what he says. When ordering your soup at Panera, keep a stiff upper lip.
What?
What?
Not a bucket
Yeah,
or a bag or something just in case so we could continue to
Can
play the
I-
video.
Hey, I left my. Thank you, Rick.
Rick. Thank you, Rick.
Thanks, Rick.
Thanks, Rick.
Thank you, Ricky.
It's hard. Lou has a hard time remembering
That's Rich,
everybody's
by the
name.
way,
I know,
by the
but there's
way.
so many of us. He doesn't know which one of us this is.
It's
Lou looks like Lou likes soup.
Really? And he's operating the buck and the laugh button all at the same time.
No, that was on the video.
What?
The laugh.
Oh wow. I love that.
I think it's from like America's Funniest. Is that what it is? Something like
that
that.
video? That
I
video
don't
would
think
not
so.
Why
be
is there
on
a laugh
TV.
track?
I can't tell you why.
That's not
It's
from
not-
TV. That's not a TV video.
Yeah, it is.
You
It
don't
can
put
be.
broccoli soup from Panera in somebody's nose on TV. This is podcast.
Where do you find this stuff?
Where do you
How
find
do you find this stuff? No.
from his spreadsheet?
No, Jeremy's dad sends it to him. This is from Jeremy's dad.
Is it?
It is.
Is it really?
Is this from your dad, Jeremy?
No, this is Jackie's idea.
No,
That's,
it's your
that's right for my dad. I got a
dad.
lot of
His dad will send him and go, "Is this good for the podcast?"
You know what? It reminds me of, is it Richard that has his mom and his dad send him stuff like from the Howard Stern show? You know, Richard has his mom and his dad send stuff for the show.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of. You're just like Richard. Do you know who Richard is?
wait, Alex's friend?
No, from the Howard Stern show.
Let's
Oh,
go
no.
there.
No, I don't.
Oh,
He doesn't know.
okay.
All right. The other thing that I wanted to do is, and maybe we'll wait for Josh to get here, but this is, I know something from your folder that I was fascinated with. And it's one of these things that's going incredibly viral on TikTok and Instagram, and it's hobby horsing. Do you know about that?
Finally, this was my spreadsheet. Just finally.
Hobby horsey.
You know about that?
No, I don't know.
It's amazing.
Well,
And if you
it's-
don't like it, it wasn't my spreadsheet.
It's based in Finland. Don't play it yet. Well, you can bring it up. It's based. I'll tell you when to roll it. It's based.
We
in,
need to find it.
really,
You
it's
didn't-
not there.
It wasn't on the list.
It wasn't on your list. It's
Who
on
printed
my
out this
spreadsheet.
new? It was on mine. No, okay, all right, doesn't matter. Anyway, it's okay because we don't need it right at this second. But you should look for it. Hobby horsing. Where you know what hobby horses are? You know what a hobby horse is?
I'm not sure.
Lou,
Has
you
anybody-
might-
Why are you screaming? I'm sorry for screaming.
I'm not sure what a
I
hobby
got
horse is.
excited.
Show Lou the prolapse video.
No!
Oh.
No!
Show him the one from Hunger. Do you have the video of the one? Not, we wouldn't play it. Can you show Lou the one from Hunger? Is there any way you can
Oh,
get?
from H3.
Yeah. Can you
Yeah,
get
I
him
went
the?
and did Ethan. I went and did Ethan's live show.
Yeah.
You know, I got in trouble for showing a prolapsed anus. You know that, right?
I heard the rumor.
No, right there. That's that picture,
I'm
right
not
there,
looking.
Lou.
I'm not
No,
looking.
not on the screen.
It's been
not on the screen.
It's
that
been
painting.
up there for the whole time.
You've been in the room the whole time. It's been
I don't know where you're looking.
on that painting.
up there.
That somebody took the time to paint a prolapsed.
They painted
Thank
a
you, H3.
screenshot.
It was an H3 fan. It was family. They painted it, and they presented me with it.
He's so proud. He must be so proud.
I love them. I love Ethan, and I wonder if today if they had their baby yet. You know, does anybody know?
She didn't post that she did. She
Well,
just
she might
posted
be
her
in
new
it.
line that's out, which I bought 2 pieces, but she didn't post.
I wear their stuff all the time, and I get really good compliments on my Teddy Fresh. Anyway, they're about to have another baby, but I posted that without knowing what it was years ago. I'm filling in you. I think they know, and I got a lot of trouble. And then Ethan ran with it. What's wrong?
Something just happened to my neck. It just like tweaked, and it's getting bad.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be fine. I think I might need Tylenol or Advil or something.
I took a shower once and coughed and broke my back.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Is that true?
Well, I was in the hot shower, but the heat kind of recuperated it. But I
A
did.
broken back. Anyway, you okay?
Yeah, no, I'll be good.
It happens.
I'm so
it
old.
just happens. You're not
I
old.
didn't do
Trust me.
anything. I just got excited that you chose something from my document.
The soup's not?
It'll be fine, Jackie.
Anyway, were you going to say something, Kyle? You look like you're going to say something.
That's just how I look.
Okay.
She's due
Wherever
on,
he-
they said she's due on Monday.
Okay. But I know she's really close to having their next baby. I think it's their third.
She's probably pregnant, Howard.
You are so good. You give you a tidbit of information and you
I'm
run
not
with
even,
it, and
I'm
you are
not even
able.
a doctor.
Anyway, my point was, what was my point? Oh,
Hunger, that we're going to play.
so I did this.
You did that.
Ethan
Yes.
it had me. He was talking about it all the time because I had sponsors that walked away from me. I didn't know what that was. It just looks like a picture. That's not a gross picture. Is that a
No,
gross picture?
I-
if you don't know what it is,
If you're into art, it's not.
What do you think it is?
look at the
Lou?
picture. What do you think that is
is
when you look at that?
It looks
You see
like-
a picture of me,
Yeah.
and then you see red shorts.
Oh,
What
I don't
is
know the
that?
red shorts.
What
Tell
is
me it
that?
didn't
Well,
appear.
and then they're wet.
I thought you were bringing me like a spoonful of like
Yeah.
Robitussin.
I see that.
Thank you.
I see that as the Van Gogh-ish. I see it Van Gogh-ish, like it's a Van Gogh piece of art.
If Van is going to shit. Okay, so anyway, it's a prolapsed anus, and I don't show it on camera because I got in trouble.
Wait, was
What?
this in a bottle?
No, it was in a spoon.
No, but
You
like
found a spoon.
it wasn't
full of-
just in someone's like pocket. One time, Seth tried to give me Advil that was just like in his pocket with.
Seth just carries loose Advil in his pocket.
So that's a human being's prolapsed anus. A human.
This was
being.
in, like,
is the
a
guy
bottle,
still?
right?
Is he still alive?
I don't know the guy. I didn't even know it was that. It looked like a wet muffin on the back of somebody's
Rich.
pants.
Why are you asking me then?
Is Rich back there?
Where's Rich?
Inconclusive.
I have a fear of
Okay, we'll find out. Somebody
Fourth
go find
floor.
Rich.
taking stuff.
He's on the fourth floor. Call.
All right. Well. Okay.
Call Casentino.
Oh.
What? You okay?
You'll be okay, Jackie.
Not like you prolapsed
Thank
your
you.
anus. Anyway, I posted that thing. It was funny, and I
Yes.
said, "Is this COVID related?"
That's a good question.
And then my son called me. Alex called me in the middle of the night and go, "Dad, what did you post?" It trended worldwide.
Wow.
And it said I'm wrong. And then some sponsors walked away from me, and people go, "You're an idiot." I don't know why that is so big. I really didn't know. And I finally went on Ethan's podcast, H3, and he shocked me with this guy. What's his name? Jeremy?
What, the artist?
Hunger. Hunger.
Oh,
Hunger.
yeah. Hunger is the other prolapse guy.
That's what you're talking about, right?
There's not just two prolapse guys,
There's a lot of them.
but they showed.
But the one that they showed you.
I'm not going to show the thing, but can you put it on the screen? Don't do it with the tape that you took at the live to show.
Yeah, let me find that.
Okay, I'm going to just show
Yeah,
Lou just
show
so
me.
you understand.
Just show me. Yeah, just.
No, you got to see. You
I
know what's
will.
amazing? You have to, as much as it's gross, you
Yes.
have to appreciate that there are people out there. First of all, this is, I think it's a fetish, or I don't know exactly what it is, but it is a skill.
Yeah.
And we're giving credit right now
If you
to
could
Ethan.
turn-
This is his guy.
This is his guy. The ability
Mm-hmm,
to turn yourself inside out has got to be.
That's a gift.
It is. to
It's a
some.
gift.
I would imagine that
I
he's
wonder
got a
if
lot of people
everyone
that-
can do it if they practice
Yeah.
and try.
Yeah. You just got to keep trying. That's the thing, Jackie. People
They
don't
say
try.
practice makes perfect. See what I did there? 'Cause
Mm-hmm.
it's your. But are people mad that I'm bringing this up? Oh, it's
No.
art.
No,
People
no,
are saying
it's
it's art.
It is art.
It is art.
And you're not supposed to yuck someone's yum.
I have it. 2 seconds.
In 2 seconds. So look at this. Wait, they're asking for more fog. Whatever people ask for, I give them. That's what I do. Pull out there. That's for the people in the comments. And now we were not going to show you at home because I think it's a little too graphic. But just so you know what we're talking about, Lou.
Yeah.
No, this is an amazing feat of physicality. Show Lou
It is art.
what it is. This is Hunger from H3 from the live from the live. Okay.
Yeah.
Look at this.
I'm
Ready?
looking.
You
I'm
can
looking.
describe it as it's happening, Lou,
You
so people
describe it
know.
so people know.
Lordy!
What?
Oh!
What?
Describe
What do you
it,
see?
Lou.
Describe it, Lou. This is
Describe it.
for people who aren't watching on YouTube.
And didn't attend the live show.
Look, Lou. Tell them what you see.
Look at my eyes. Look at my eyes. I see everything.
What do you see, Lou?
I see-
There. Look. Open your eyes, Lou.
No.
Open your eyes, Lou.
You know, it's art.
You know what?
Art.
Open
be
your
that.
eyes.
Open your eyes.
Lou, it's not like it's
I don't want to
flat.
tell you, but hindsight is 20/20. Lou, look. He won't look.
No, I won't
How-
look.
He's coming in to watch.
There, Lou.
Okay.
Look at the together. This is two people getting together. Look at this. You know how some people say, let's put our heads together? Some people say, let's put
Our
anuses
anuses together. So let's describe what we're looking at,
Oh,
Lou.
look.
so
You're
that
looking at
people
art.
know.
You're looking at art.
No, this is, look, it's finished.
It was
Look.
live.
Look,
It was live. It
Look,
was
Lou.
Ethan's.
Look, it was Ethan's live performance.
Oh! Wait a second.
What?
Yeah.
That kind of looks like my Santa. Oh, God!
Oh.
Rosebud. It's a rosebud.
Is that what they call it? A rosebud?
Or a pink sock.
Boy, you guys got me on that one.
Wow. A rosebud.
That's a real legit thing. People do
Is there a
that.
saying that you should stop and smell the rosebuds?
Oh,
Didn't he say he got a certain number of fists up there?
oh, who?
Like a...
What the fuck is the matter with people?
Well, don't judge.
No.
April says, hashtag Howie for Outies.
Yeah, Howie Outies. Hashtag Howie for
That's
Outies.
an outie. We just watched
Yeah.
an outie.
How does a person like that go on with their life?
No, don't be
What are
rude.
you being
They
rude?
can
Don't-
tuck it back up.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
thank
They have
God
full
for that.
control.
Don't yuck someone's yum is what I keep saying. What people enjoy,
Yeah.
as long as it's not hurting anyone else.
Apparently,
they're-
it has not hurt me.
Because those two guys are yumming somebody's yuck.
Yeah, get me to look up now, sure.
There's nothing.
There's nothing.
It's just me and my daughter.
Yeah.
It's just me and my daughter.
He's not gonna look the rest
For the
of
rest of the
pod.
podcast, he's just not looking. What's
You're
wrong?
very judgy, Lou.
I do.
It's like a
I do
5-year-old.
judge.
Judgmental.
Do you
I
really think you're
judge.
in a hiding space? You
I
think we can't
judge
Don't-
lest I be judged, as they say.
As they
I'm a
say.
judger.
Thumb podcast say,
What?
show Lou what a blue waffle is.
No, I don't want to know what a blue waffle.
You don't know what a blue waffle is?
I know. I have 2 of them.
You have to. What does that mean?
How is that even possible?
Well, I got a waffle and they're blue. 2 of them.
You don't know what a blue waffle is?
No.
A blue
Show
waffle
him that.
is. I
It's
think
just
it's
a picture.
viral.
I don't think we need a video of that.
No, we don't have to show,
No.
and we won't show the people at home, and we won't show the people watching on YouTube. We'll just show.
Oh my
You
God.
can
the
use your
reaction
imagination.
videos.
This is fun, though.
Yeah, this is
like
so much
you
fun.
guys should have like a separate thing open on your screen so you could be looking up the same stuff at the same time.
The Thump podcast for $4.99. There's a blue waffle.
Okay, good.
Oh no,
no,
this is
it's
the
not.
bird.
It's the
Oh, this is the bird. Look at this. This is the bird eating soup from Panera.
Yeah.
This is the look. Isn't that the same thing?
Didn't we just
It's
get on a
burned in
list
my memory.
of
I
the
don't
most
need to look at it.
inappropriate podcast? Did I send that to you guys? We got on the list of the most inappropriate podcasts.
Look at that. That's we're back at Panera. There is your cream of broth.
No, this is more clam chowder. That's more.
Is that clam chowder?
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
less
You
of
guys,
a green.
how can you look at that and talk like it's nothing?
There's less of a
Where do you
green
get the
tinge.
best? Where do you get the best clam chowder? At Panera. A little birdie told me
Does
so.
Panera have clam chowder too?
I
know
don't
they have
know.
tomatoes.
We
bisque.
got off of the.
Yeah.
Are you just gonna cover your eyes the entire time?
Now
you're
show my dad's advertisement for Staples Canada after showing that video.
here? No, don't.
Okay, don't.
I'm still a spokesperson.
No, you're
okay?
not.
What do you-
Panera discontinued clam chowder in 2021.
Is that true?
Really?
That's what it says on the screen.
Where is it? Has clam chowder been discontinued? A lot of people ask that. People asked they've been asking for years.
On Reddit.
Why does Panera bread only serve clam? Look, there it is. Look
Don't
at
they
that.
have like a crazy caffeine
You know, to
drink
fill up.
too?
Do we have that picture on? Put that picture up. You know how many birds it took to fill that piece of bread?
Someone said, "Is this the hobby horse segment?"
Oh, the hobby horse segment is coming up. We're gonna do it, but
We're getting
giving
to, this is the ADD podcast.
Oh my God.
What? What?
I'm trying to. You guys, phone your friends and phone your neighbors because I want. There's going to be some stuff coming up. You should say, hey, you guys should watch. You should watch Howie Mandel Does Stuff live. People aren't. Not enough people are. Do you tell your people? How many followers do you have?
3,007.
Do you
I didn't
say
tell
to
my
them?
people yet.
Well, tell them yet. When are you going to tell them?
I always after
Get
the
on your
podcast,
phone and tell
I
your
always
people
see
you're
that
on
you
live
put-
now, Lou.
Why
Yes.
do I even talk?
All right, let me do that.
Do you know how to do that?
I think I can just put a video up, right?
Clam chowder filled
Or you could
prolapse.
text or live. What?
Someone said clam chowder filled prolapse.
Is that a video?
80.
80 best inappropriate podcasts.
Did you see this? I sent this to you. Did
We
you
were
see
on
this?
this?
Yeah, we're number
no,
15,
sometimes
I
you'll
think.
send me things and I don't.
You don't look at anything. We're number 14 now.
We're 14. We're moving up the list of the most inappropriate
wait
podcasts.
a second. I got a live thing here. I can do this.
Are
right?
there Are there other well-known podcasts? Are we the
Only if they're inappropriate.
No, but
I
what's a
think-
well-known podcast that's inappropriate? It's. Do you know any of the other inappropriate
I'm
podcasts?
live.
Go to number one. What's
I'm
number one?
live on the Howie Mandel Prolapse.
Tanya Time Daily beat us. Tanya Time Daily is beating us. My dad wrote a porno. Is so old. That's from like 8 years ago. Those are the people from England.
It's still doing well.
No, it's not. It's over. Go ahead. What's number 3? What's number 3?
Cocktails?
By Dirty Discussions, Cocktails. We're almost as inappropriate as Cocktails. Inappropriate radio is inappropriate.
Right.
Total Inappropriate Radio is even more inappropriate.
I feel exhausted.
What?
Because he's
Dirty
been
Street
holding
Confession?
back
Why do you
vomit.
feel exhausted?
I
about
feel
what?
like just relieved and exhausted that I don't have to look at that anymore.
Oh,
I'd
we
rather
could
talk
change
about
it.
every one of your staff members.
What?
I'd rather talk about each one of your staff members individually.
Do you know who Hunger is?
Hunger?
Yeah. From my staff member?
No.
Oh, show him Hunger.
I come prepared.
Here we go. Wow.
Yeah.
This is, there you go.
Uh-huh.
Now look. Look.
What am I looking at?
You
Hunger.
look and you learn.
Hunger.
Hunger.
Can't look. I see an arm, and I know that arm is doing something it shouldn't be doing.
The arm is doing something it shouldn't be doing.
See an arm
Don't
stretched
torture
out.
Lou. Lou doesn't. Do you watch porn at all?
I don't.
No, he doesn't even watch normal porn.
Yeah.
What's normal porn?
Like just
Why are you judging other people's
no.
porn?
I mean like very PG porn.
Oh, now it's nice. Now this is just two people get together. Why can't we all just get along?
Why can't we all just get along?
What are you doing?
Picking my teeth.
Oh!
I looked again.
Picking his teeth.
Oh man.
There's too much screaming.
Is there? Is that what they're saying? Or
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I don't listen to your comments. You got to listen to their comments.
What is PG porn?
What is PG porn? Did you say PG porn?
I showered for this.
This.
PG. He only watches PG porn.
What is PG porn? Parental guidance. We need. Yeah.
Or maybe PG-13.
Yes. Yes. Parental guidance is suggested if you're going to watch this porn.
Why the fuck? Why?
Would you even like look at a Playboy?
I look at a naked girl. I'll look at one of those all day long.
Really?
Oh my God!
Do we have a picture of a naked girl with a prolapsed anus?
No, not gonna happen.
What's a naked girl?
What's a naked girl?
What?
Did you just say what's a naked girl?
Did I say what's a naked girl?
I thought you did.
I know what a naked girl is. We seem to be losing audience members.
Lou.
Because
named them.
we're here just almost vomiting and they're not getting to see all the stuff that we're looking at.
Yeah.
Oh, you think they're going, oh, when's the
Lucky
hobby
them.
horse segment coming up?
Yeah.
I'm afraid hobby horse sounds so innocent, and I'm afraid to look up and see what a hobby horse is now.
Oh, you should. Have you ever heard of cake farts? He might like that.
Where the fuck did the two of you hang out? Cake farts.
What is
He might
cake
like
fart?
that because it's
Is
just
that
a
in
naked
your-
girl. It's only a naked girl.
Yeah,
What is a
I'm
pig
not
for?
buying
I
it.
don't
You
know.
don't remember that? Andrea used to show us that video all the time.
Andrea?
Yeah, she did.
Andrea?
She's the one that showed
Andrea's
me that
here.
video.
Andrea?
I'm not
Tell her to come
buying
down from the
it.
second floor. Is Andrea here?
Floor.
What is it? What is this?
Tell her
Yeah,
to
she's
take the
coming.
stairs. It's
It
faster.
There
The
we go.
elevators are packed right now.
They are. Hi, Andrea.
I'm pretty sure that was Alex.
I think it was you. It was you. You're the one that
I'm not gonna take ownership of that.
you did. There. Here. Lou, you wouldn't mind this. I'm telling you, Lou, this is up your alley. This is PG.
Can we show this on the air without getting dinged?
No,
I see a
we
piece
can't.
of cake.
We can't.
I
No.
see a piece of cake.
Wait.
I see
I
a
thought
girl.
that was Andrea first.
I see a girl.
Okay, yeah, we can't show it.
yeah.
We were allowed to react.
But Lou, you would like this. I'm telling you, this is your thing.
Yeah, okay. I see
What does
the
she do?
girl
The girl, there's chocolate cake.
and chocolate cake.
She's not
that
even
a-
naked.
She's not naked.
All right.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Okay, she's gonna.
She's going to make a wish.
She's going on top of the counter.
Oh, she's on
guys.
top of the counter.
Yeah, yeah.
And is she wearing a thong? Is she wearing underwear? No,
can't
maybe
see.
she doesn't have bottoms on.
Okay, she's
No,
letting her
there's
hair
no
down.
bottoms
She
on.
let her hair down.
Are you watching? He's watching.
He's watching this.
He's watching.
She let her hair
Oh,
down.
no.
Look, and she's sitting on a cake.
I don't see that
Oh.
part.
You don't see that part.
Oh, she's farting on a cake.
You could play the video, right?
Wow.
Oh, my God.
Can you imagine if it was her birthday and she had to blow out her candles? What?
It's a chocolate cake.
Oh, it's a chocolate cake.
Look at Lou. You'll like it.
No cow.
He's watching.
Ooh, my God. What the fuck?
Oh! She's sitting on a cake. For those that
This
aren't
one has
seeing the
a
You've
picture.
never heard of that one before?
Bonus soundtrack. This one comes.
This is
with.
when you really know whether you're lactose intolerant or not.
Is this so wrong that this is a father-daughter podcast?
It's so wrong.
It's just chocolate cake.
It's just chocolate cake.
It's more wrong that
But I
the
felt like-
daughter is showing this to the father. I didn't
felt
know
like
about this.
You did know this one.
I didn't know this
You
one.
did know this
Why
one.
wouldn't, after seeing the picture of a naked girl sitting on chocolate cake, covering her whole nether area with chocolate,
Are
and then
jets flying
farting?
over again?
Is that a flyover? I hate that you guys are funnier than us. You guys who are watching are better than us.
What?
Why don't you guys get a podcast and we'll watch you live?
It's quiet out there.
Do you want us to play the video
quiet.
again? So then, Lou, like,
Lou, nothing's.
if that's not your
I've
thing,
fallen for this before. Have a little conversation in the middle of it. Ba-doom. I got to look at something.
ba-doom,
Ba-doom.
ba-doom.
You don't have to look at anything. Go ahead, ask them a question.
So if that's not your thing, if you're not into that,
Well,
and I feel like that was super PG.
okay.
That's my definition of PG
All right,
porn.
It may have been. I mean, I
So
don't-
then, what if you said you would look at porn or something? What are you talking about? Like, what's your definition of something that you don't mind looking at or watching?
Move the
Like
mic
the
closer.
Girls Gone Wild videos that are super problematic.
I've not seen those.
Okay.
You never saw Girls Gone Wild?
No, I've heard of them. The guy would pick up girls and bring them to his
No, there's usually spring break and things.
spring break. Yeah, okay. He gets them to do crazy things. You know, look, I think it's prevalent. If you want, it's prevalent in the society, and I think it's a detriment to society. I don't think that porn does anything good for the society.
How do you feel about soaking?
Soaking.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what soaking is?
You know what's scaring me? That's my own kid sitting here that is very versed.
It's a Mormon thing, right? Isn't it a Mormon thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
it's
is
a
it?
Mormon thing. So you know how Mormons can't have sex before marriage, or they're not supposed to?
A lot of people don't want to have sex before marriage.
All right, whatever. I think this is considered a Mormon thing, though, right?
Don't
Yeah.
put it on one
They're saying
religion.
yeah.
Let's see
They're
what,
from
what are your-
Ohio.
Mormons
Aren't you
practice
from
it, yeah,
Ohio?
because
They're not from Ohio.
Where are you from?
Denver.
Denver.
Oh,
guys.
Colorado.
Same thing.
And Ohio isn't the Mormon. You're thinking Utah.
Idaho.
Utah.
You're not
Idaho
good.
is what
She
you-
knows everything.
Utah.
Utah.
No, I was thinking Ohio because Roman is Mormon.
Hey, you have any guests coming on
No,
today?
but listen, I'm good. Yeah, we do. But let me tell you about soaking.
But now we're talking, you know, this is most people talk with their kids about the birds and the bees, but I'm learning about Mormon sex.
So what it is they're not allowed to have sex, and the
Right.
way they get around it is the guy will insert himself or penetrate and just sit there and soak. So it's not necessarily considered sex if you're just sitting in there. And they will actually pay people to be the shaker. So you could pay someone to shake the bed so that you're moving, so that you're not actually the one moving, but there's a shaker that'll come shake the bed for you.
It's always good to find loopholes in religion, isn't there?
You are a loophole. That's what you call your penis. You want to see my loophole?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I've never heard of that. So they just lie still. So then,
Apparently, they're not the ones that are making the action, and because they're not doing the actual action, other people, external forces are. That this is now acceptable.
So the movement is what is considered the sex, not
That
the
I don't know. Technically, I don't think that's true. I think they would still get
So
in
then
trouble,
they're allowed
but
to
this
have
is their
sex.
loophole.
They're allowed to have sex with quadriplegics.
You know, I would just become a Presbyterian.
What are you going to say? You look like you're going
It
to say.
says here on the screen too. It's also known as marinating or floating.
Floating.
Marinating and floating. That's the
learned
last
some-
time I'm going to order the steak that I order at my steak place that I go to, because they go, this has been marinated for 2.5 days. You
Right.
mean they inserted it into a Mormon woman and somebody shook the bed?
You learn
I think
so
it's
much.
crazy that people
Howie
will
Mandel
pay.
does educational stuff.
How much do you pay to get that service as a bed shaker? Like,
Yeah.
can you look that up?
Well,
What's the average payment?
You're
Maybe
making
on
it go
Reddit.
good.
Maybe our commenters would know. Is Andrea coming up to the mic to tell us?
Andrea doesn't know. Why does Andrea know?
I don't know.
What is Andrea? Andrea's got her Panera. She's delivering Panera.
Oh.
What, Andrea? Apparently my
We
daughter
can't
thinks
hear
you
you.
know everything. Now
Yeah?
we can.
Turn it on.
It's on.
What did you guys get, by the way?
I got the broccoli soup.
We got
Yeah.
busy
Did you get a cup or a
doing a
bowl?
podcast.
I got a bowl.
Okay. Anyone else?
Does it? Are you not? Is anyone else in this building aware that we are doing a podcast?
I think the 11th floor.
Where we got another one. Show him a moose queef, says the Thumb Podcast.
Who are these conspiring bastards?
I
that
don't
are
know,
telling
but they're
me-
paying. This is our super chat, and when they pay for it, they get it. Look up
You ask and you shall
a
receive.
moose queef. We don't even know. I don't know what that is, but we'll look that up and we're going to show it to you.
You're always willing to learn something new anyway, Howie.
I'm willing to do. I'm here for the people, and if the people want a moose queef,
Average
deliver.
salary of a bed shaker. Hold on.
Oh,
you're getting everything. Do we got a moose queef? Here's a moose queef.
I think it was spelled incorrectly.
I don't know what a moose queef is. Do we have what it is? Here's what it is. It is more about. There's a whole moose queef channel.
Thank you.
Wow.
I don't know if I'm going to drink it right now, but thank you.
The air entering and then exiting the.
I left
the
my-
vaginal.
I
Well,
left-
that's just a queef. But what's a moose queef? What is a moose queef? People?
About $8.
Why won't somebody answer me? What is a moose queef? Will somebody answer me?
Answer the fucking question, people.
Can't be sure.
You can never be sure. Sometimes you're lying in your room and you hear queef and you go, is there a moose here? Is there a moose here? Well, we can't be sure, but I heard a queef. Honey, is that you? I don't think it was me. Is there a moose in here?
It's a moose under the bed.
That's what, it's a Canadian? A Canadian girl makes a moose queef. Where are you going?
This is stinky. I'm going to leave it out there.
Yeah, it does stink. Whatever you got stunk.
It's a broccoli soup.
Broccoli soup. Well, don't put it in your nose. How come we have so many other things going on at the same time as our podcast?
Simultaneous.
People are serving lunch. My co-host left.
Simultaneous stuff.
We're looking up moose queefing.
Yes.
I don't know what it is. Oh. It says they're answering. Show Lou
Yeah.
soakers? No, balls farting?
Balls farting.
Balls farting?
No, let's not just keep, let's
Yeah.
move off this topic and go
Please.
on to hobby horsing.
Hobby horse.
I got to tell you, as soon as we brought up moose queefing, we got another few viewers. Somebody is sitting in their home now, going, "Now you're talking." They're xing their
Finally.
they're xing their Instagram followers and everything. You got to get in. This is the only podcast that has moose queefing.
Howie Mandel speaks my language.
What is a moose queef?
Yeah.
That was a moose queef.
Oh, well, there you go. Oh,
Does it have something
Howie.
to do with
Let him.
That's not a moose.
a guy pushing air out of his penis? Because it's like a moose knuckle. You know, when
Pushing air out of your penis.
Well, I would think it was a male thing because it's called a moose knuckle when they have when a guy has a camel toe. So they're
Yeah.
referring to that as a moose.
Yeah.
So moose queef, can like guys push air out of their
Yes.
genitals?
Just move on.
Rick saying queefs are fun. Queefs are fun.
Briefs are fun.
I feel like that's a really good.
And other people stand saying, please talk more about the hobby horsing. Howie nailed it. Oh,
Howie
my impressions. I'm like the Michael Winslow of queefing.
Yes.
If you remember
I
Michael
felt-
Winslow.
I felt like I was there
Where?
when you queefed.
Where exactly did you feel like you were?
I was near a moose
And mooses.
queefer.
Pushing air. Okay, someone just said pushing air into your genitals, I think penis in particular, can be deadly,
Oh.
fatal.
Well, let's not go there then.
Oh shit!
I don't know. I was just
Well, there
stating,
go-
I was just making a guess
There
as to
goes
what
Thursday
a moose,
night.
what a moose queef could possibly be. I don't actually know. That was just my.
Can you imagine if
I
somebody
guess.
was dead and you had to tell people? Guess what happened?
Why?
Kenny.
Why does the urethra go up into
Remember
something
we
that
bought Kenny the bicycle pump? Kenny used it wrong, and Kenny is gone.
Kenny is right back there in the third to the last row, and God, rest in peace, Kenny.
He blew air into his penis because he didn't know any phone numbers of clowns, and he wanted to make his own balloon animals with his penis.
What if you
And
killed
that was
someone
in-
accidentally during a blowjob and you blew
Oh,
in there?
stop this! Now I don't want to. I don't want to. Now it's
That would be an error.
You know, guys, don't listen.
Do you think that that's ever happened then? If that's fatal?
No, stop it.
Please stop it. Let's move on. I know what we should talk about. Let's talk about.
You want to do hobby horsing?
Well, in a certain point, I'm not going to show it right now, but I want to just make sure that we're set for it. If we do hobby horsing, do we have the capacity to take one of the cameras off the tripod and go out into the track out there and do it?
Did we set up a track?
No, we didn't do anything. I don't prepare.
You want us to ask IT?
You ask, because when I ask, it
Alex
doesn't.
is in the
It
back
doesn't.
eating lunch. He's
it
in the back
does-
at the table eating lunch.
They don't
right
even
now.
know who he is when he asks.
I'm not asking, but you can ask IT. Do you want to ask IT? Nobody wants to go talk to IT anymore. I'm going to stay here. Like, if it's possible, maybe when Josh comes. Oh, let's see if we get an answer. Will we be able to have like a handheld camera out there at a certain point?
Yeah, we can make that work.
Oh,
IT.
yeah, that's no big
no
deal.
big deal.
Just ask. You just ask, and IT is always there. Whatever. And the good news about IT is they're always there and ready, like far earlier than they need to be. And they're oh no. Uh-oh.
What's going on?
What's going on? IT's just walking into the room.
Hello, IT.
I'm just checking your capabilities for.
You know
Yeah,
what
but
I
even
do
if
wanna
it's one
show?
wide shot.
You know what I do want to show?
Yeah.
The Harlem Shake guy. The blue, what's his name?
Speaking
should
of
show that
Harlem,
for
I saw the clip
Lou.
you did with you and Harlem Williams.
Blippy.
Harlem Williams?
Blippy.
Harlem.
It was
Did you see
good.
the Blippy video?
I don't know what Blippy is.
I don't know if we should show it. Do you
Harlem
think we should
Williams.
show it or no? Not.
No.
No.
No, no, no.
Disney
Can I ask you
would
something? Can I just
Not
say something?
say the video.
But can I just say that this whole live stream, we showed like 90 videos to Lou and nothing to them.
Can I say what it is? Am I allowed to
Please
say what it
consider
is?
the audience.
Or no? Will it get like flag?
Just for saying what it is?
Saying what it is?
You're allowed to describe things.
Can I? Okay, so there is this show. It's a children's show called Blippy. And it does really, really well. Let me look up on YouTube how many subscribers it has. Hold on.
They're saying Blippy, oh my God.
Blippy.
Jackie,
And
no.
I'm not going to show the video because we're going to get in trouble.
We're
if
going to
we
have
show
a
the-
guest.
Children of porn stars, I'm thinking.
Josh Flagg is on his way in, and we have a couple of other surprises, too.
Josh Flagg was on last week.
Yeah, and you weren't here, so he was pissed and he wanted to come back.
Wanted to meet you.
I'm a fan of his.
I know,
Really?
except for you know all the wrong information about him.
No, I don't.
What did his grandma do? What is she known for?
She was in real estate.
Nope.
No.
Yes.
No.
No. No.
She made her fortune in real estate.
No.
No. Don't tell him. No. Josh
Okay,
Flagg's
I'm gonna
grandmother did not make a fortune in real estate.
Oh.
Okay.
What else
So-
do you like about him? You big fan?
I think he's a homosexual.
Okay.
So I got that right.
1 out of 2.
Yes, Blippy is the orange version
I'm
of
gonna
Blue's
find out
Clues.
right. What?
So Blippy has 19.6 million subscribers on YouTube. He's huge, and it's
Somebody
a guy.
here, Gerald, is saying that we should tape Lou's eyelids open. And show more videos.
Sit like this.
Yes. Yeah, he can't. Take away his phone and tie his hands and open his eyes.
You don't want to hear about Blippy?
No, go ahead. I don't
Okay.
stop the story.
So Blippy does educational videos for kids. That's his whole thing on YouTube. And he is this high energy guy that everyone loves. Like all parents, all kids love him. It came out that before, I think it's prior to him getting this job as Blippy, which is a very wholesome.
Oh, he was the porn. I saw the video
Yeah.
where he pooped on another guy.
You just ruined my whole thing.
Wow.
But anyways, it came out that he did the Harlem Shake, and it was on this site that he was squatting, and he let out this huge diarrhea.
Fashion industry executive.
Yes,
Not
not
Blippy.
real estate.
No, Josh Flagg's grandmother.
Josh Flagg's grandmother is a pioneer. She brought polyester to America. Do you know that? There was no polyester before Josh
How
Flagg.
old was Polly Esther when she came to
Well, that's not a person. That's a fabric.
Okay.
Anyway, show the picture of what they want us to do to Lou.
Yeah.
There you go, Lou. We're going to do that to you. And then we're going to play videos.
It's going to be so much fun.
What?
It's going to be so much fun.
Do you have that? Do you have the eyelid hat back there? Does anybody have the eyelid hat to put on Lou so
Yes.
it holds his eyes open?
Yes.
Oh, is somebody here?
No.
Hi.
Yes, but
Who is that?
Who's there? Who goes there?
It's okay.
Let's see your
They
anus.
can walk in. Who is it? Who are they? I can see people looking in. We also run a tram, tourists.
David Whispers says he has to go.
Hi,
and
how are
everyone's
ya?
like, bye, David.
How are you? John. Hi, John.
Jonathan, how you doing,
It's
buddy?
John and Frank. Okay. Step further in so people can see we're actually talking to people.
Hey, Ray. How are you, buddy?
Here, have a seat.
I'm gonna
Have a
sit down.
seat. Have a seat.
Sit down. John and Ray.
No, because people have been saying where are the guests.
No.
Do you want to show them some
A
of the videos?
sight for sore eyes, I want to tell you.
What are you guys doing? Both of you can sit.
Sit.
Sit. I don't.
Plenty of
No
room.
one wants to sit in the middle.
These were just people walking by. I have no idea who they are. But what is a podcast without guests?
Put these on.
Who are you? Use the mic.
Put yours on.
What do you guys do?
Put that there.
Make movies?
Make movies.
Oh, really?
Well,
Would we
good to
know a
meet
movie?
ya.
Would we know a movie that you made?
Yeah, I produced Mechanic with Jason Statham, and I did Mad Money with Queen Latifah and Diane Keaton.
Wow.
Can I be in a movie?
Sure.
You were on my podcast.
I didn't even know we were coming here.
Either did I, and I didn't recognize you, and I didn't know. And who's he?
John Sullivan.
So I produced a movie last year called Nefarious, which is one of the
Oh,
horror movies.
Hey.
Oh yeah,
Good
I'd
job.
love that.
Oh, great. Thank
Good
you.
job. So we have movie producers here on this podcast. As I told you, there's going to be surprises, and we always have surprise guests. Are you excited to be on? What are you promoting now? What are you doing in the building?
We're over with another podcast, one of the other groups here right now. So just meeting them and talking to them. So, but everybody said come meet Howie, and so here we are.
We're on the podcast.
And it's live.
And this is my daughter, Jackie.
Hi.
Jackie, nice to
And
meet
we
you.
were
Nice
we
to
were
meet you
trying to
too.
explain to Lou
Yes.
what prolapse is.
Is
You know prolapse? You do horror movies.
Yeah.
I've
Prolapse.
done a lot of those.
You don't
Yeah, so a
say-
prolapsed anus.
say no
You see
to
that
this
picture?
question. Say no to this question.
Okay. No, I don't know what a prolapse is.
No, say
Oh,
you don't care to know what a
Oh,
prolapse
I don't care to know what a prolapse is. Maybe I do care to know what a
And
prolapse
it's something
is.
to do with indigestion, doesn't it?
Yes.
I think so. We're going to show you the
Nausea,
video. We
heartburn,
won't show the people at
indigestion,
home.
upset
But tell me if this is a good
stomach,
idea
diarrhea.
for a movie. So this is from Ethan's H3 podcast. He showed this, and this is a skill. But I think it's a great idea for. Remember in Alien, that thing that came out of the guy's stomach?
Lou.
Lou, stop it.
Don't.
Remember that
You
thing that
do
came-
your own thing. You be your own person.
Here, watch the screen right there, and tell me what you think. And if you think this is a talent, and you think this is an idea for a movie,
They're not looking away.
they are.
Lou.
Shh. Let them watch.
I'm looking at their
Talk about what you're seeing and what you think.
Gross.
I'm seeing a very bad proctology exam with what looks like little alien things coming out of the rectum there.
Yeah.
And yeah, like that's either a very enlarged prostate or
I think that's the whole anus.
yeah, that's
This is.
that's-
I see the movie now. Inside Out, coming this summer.
This is definitely a horror movie.
yeah.
Yes, don't you think so?
This would do better than teeth.
In like human centipede type situation.
Yeah.
No,
Like
if
a
you're a
modern
dyslexic,
comedian.
because they're back to back.
Yeah, that's kind of like
Yeah, so it's human centipede meets a dyslexia, right?
yeah.
Are you glad you came
I'm
here
pitching.
today?
I'm pitching movies. Hello.
And now we're to dogs with birthday cakes. I don't know how that we went from that to that, but you know.
It's a good segue.
You got a movie coming out soon?
Yes and no. Like we're waiting to release one coming up. But
What is it?
Well, talking about release,
I know.
That's what
that's what I was showing you.
Exactly.
See?
They said it's the Predator origin story.
It's the Predator origin story. But maybe this is not the proper. I act. I'm an actor. I was on a show.
You
for a
show
few-
that and say that you should make a movie like that, and
Yeah.
then you say I'm an actor. You should hire me. What
So
you want to be?
I think right now we need to have an audition. So I think that's going to be what the audience really wants to see is the audition around this, right?
I'll do a scene with you.
I don't want to watch that at all.
You couldn't look at it, and now you're volunteering
Not to do that.
That's what it's
That's
coming
what they're
on.
talking
That's what
about.
they're talking about, you idiots. I'll do that with you.
No, I did not. Mean
He only
that.
watches.
You.
He's against
You.
porn. He'll only watch PG porn. Have you ever heard of PG porn?
No.
There were a lot of movies in the 80s that you could call PG porn.
Yeah.
What would you call PG porn?
Porkies.
Porkies.
Porkies,
Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Fast Times at that place.
Private Lessons.
Private. Well, you've seen a lot of softcore porn, haven't you, buddy?
I worked for Millennium Films. I know the Avi Lerners and the Boaz Davidsons, and they made all those movies.
Okay.
See,
The Last American Virgin, that was a good one.
That's a
You
good
remember that
yeah,
movie?
yeah, I remember them all.
I
I
remember
remember all your movies. That's fantastic. You guys are really
I made
prolific.
a lot of movies that you never heard of.
So did I.
Name one. Name one.
That we never heard of.
Yes.
Okay.
Blue Motel,
Never heard of it.
What about Blue Waffle?
never heard of that.
Never heard
Never
of
heard
that.
of those. We never showed those pictures.
Blue Waffle.
That sounds like something that sounds like something my Thai wife would eat.
Whoa. You just made it. You've made it a lot worse than it is. You just, if her Thai friend had one and she was, I think it's an infection. What is
Yeah.
Oh,
blue,
I thought you said
It's an
blue.
S-
I thought you said blue offal.
blue
You know,
waffle?
like interior
What?
interiors when you eat offal, like
No.
intestines
No.
and kidneys and liver.
That's called awful?
yeah.
I would imagine it is awful. No, I've never heard of that.
They're not showing it.
I have to go.
Why? You're always leaving before the.
Before the blue waffle?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm always leaving before the blue waffle.
But do you have children?
He does.
I do. I have I have twin daughters.
Wow. Is it hard to tell them apart?
Not for me, but for other people it is.
Oh, there.
They're identical.
There you go. There's the blue waffle.
Oh,
there.
Lordy.
Click on that one where you're with the hands on. No, the one on the left.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're saying your Thai wife would eat that?
No, not that.
Those are two different things.
What show did we walk into?
The
It's
top
just a family
14 most inappropriate show out there.
We won number 14 most inappropriate show. But I'm Howie Mandel, and this is my daughter Jacqueline.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. He was also on a tour, Lou.
Yes.
Lou walked by. Do you guys want to? Do you like effects? Do you want some smoke?
See you later, beautiful.
Sure.
Bye.
Okay.
Thank
We
you.
love that. A good magic show.
There it is.
There it is. No, we create production value. You guys know that.
Movie magic.
They're saying next. P. Diddy's up next. He's coming in next.
No, but you guys are great.
He
You
would
were-
fit. He would fit what we were just looking at.
I'm not going to get myself in trouble. I still have a job with network television.
That's true.
Isn't it unbelievable?
Yeah, when does it start again? It starts in a couple of weeks? Or?
Yeah, well, I'm doing it now. We're taping it now, but America's Got Talent will air at the end of May.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
be
always in
finished.
the summer.
I'll be finished at the end of this week, this season. But then I go do Canada's Got Talent, which is like America's Got Talent, but everybody has. I think now the exchange is 24% less talent. That's what it is. I'm
Like
Canadian.
Canada used to have more talent.
Canada has more talent. You know that the best comedians,
James Cameron.
James Cameron, the best directors and writers, musicians, Drake, and
Circus shows.
Cirque du Soleil is from Canada.
Eugene Levy.
And Eugene Levy.
Yeah.
And his son.
And
So that's it.
Strange
Have you guys-
Brew.
Strange Brew. Wow, you guys know it all.
I lived in Vancouver for 5 years.
For production value, for
Yes.
production reasons, for tax reasons.
Well, it's
dollar
24%
exchange.
cheaper to live there.
That's what I just. That's what I was pointing.
It's a
out.
lot more than 24%.
Oh, it was. It was 53% cheaper when I lived there.
Really?
Yeah, it was $1 to live.
Yeah,
there.
you did production there.
It's
I did
a-
a lot of production there.
Yeah, I was doing grad school.
Where'd you go to school?
Regent College, which is at UBC.
What is the next movie that? Are you two partners in a production company?
No, we're friends and we've worked together on a couple of movies. Like, I worked on Nefarious with him.
Yeah.
Are you going to do a podcast?
Probably not, but we are talking about doing Nefarious as a
TV
limited
series.
TV series.
But you should. That's a good idea.
Yeah. So we're pretty excited about it because the response we got from the audience for that movie just blew
Through the
up.
roof.
Yeah.
They're saying they loved it too.
Oh, great.
So they love it. Everybody knows it. Everybody loves it, and they're very surprised. We kept it as a surprise that you guys were going to be on.
Ask them if any of them are aware of the Winnie the Pooh horror movie.
Is there a Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah. Yes. That's you.
It's actually one of my really good friends, but I worked on it a lot.
I love that.
I don't know it.
That was just out last year.
And the first one was out last year. The second one opened last week.
Oh, I didn't know that there was a second one.
Yeah.
But I saw the one last year. That was great. Let me see what they're saying. Did anybody here see the Winnie the Pooh Blood Honey 2?
There it is.
There it is. Put it up so that they can see it. That's your movie. That's fantastic. Was it hard to get this is what I wanted to ask you. Winnie the Pooh seems like a brand that would have been hard to
Public domain now.
Really?
It went into PD about 2 years ago.
I bet you I bet you the owners didn't. Who had it before that?
Oh, Disney owns the Disney image of Winnie the Pooh, so you can't copy that because that's not.
And this doesn't, just for judging
The
from
original-
this
yeah,
vision, this visual doesn't look like the Disney Winnie the Pooh.
Right. This is specifically not the Disney Winnie the Pooh.
This is Winnie the shit.
Exactly. Oh yeah, this is
Yes.
hardcore horror slasher movie.
Yeah.
And the original books were written in the 1920s, so they just became PD. As long as you stick to the original books, you don't have any copyright issues.
See, this is Jeremiah saying, I love the Winnie the Pooh horror movie so much. They love it. They loved it. So it's got this big cult audience, right?
Oh yeah, it's a low budget slasher horror movie.
What does it
And
cost to make a movie like that?
The original one, the
Yeah.
first one cost $100,000.
$100,000. And what did it end up doing?
It's over $7 million.
That's, even if you don't do math, that is good, right? I like the business you're in. I like because like this podcast.
Mechanic cost a lot more than that.
Makes nothing.
No, but it cost this.
cost a fortune.
This is the crew. This is the crew that's working on this particular episode. That's why we put their pictures up. This is everybody that's working on this episode.
Can we meet them, all of them?
They're on different floors.
They're on different floors.
You
You
can
wanna
do
go
a
meet them?
tour.
Yeah. You can go do a tour.
That's actually what we're here for. We came here to do a tour.
we have Josh Flagg coming in. Our real guest hasn't shown up yet.
How many hours do you do this a day, or once a week?
11.
We got a thumbs up about something. A tour? Yeah, Rich said he'll give you a tour.
All right.
Oh, he'll give you a tour.
Great.
Go see the rest of the place. And what's the next thing? What's the next thing that we should look for that's coming out? With Winnie the Pooh is out. It's yours.
Winnie the Pooh's out. I've got a couple of.
Where can they
movies.
see it? Is it in theaters or is it on
It
streaming?
was in theaters last week. It's going to streaming in about 20 days.
In about 20 days, so it'll be available there. And anything else?
I just finished something called Old Man that Simon West directed with Christoph Waltz.
I would have been perfect for that.
And what's the other one? The other one is called Hounds of War.
You know, you're a prolific producer when you go. And what's my other movie? And what else have I done? What else is gonna?
Eventually, they all start to meld together, and when you see them on TV, every scene reminds you of something that happened that day.
Yeah.
Wow, good things.
Not always.
No.
Oh wow, what's the worst thing that's ever happened on a set?
We don't want to talk about that in public.
Did you ever work with Harvey Weinstein?
Millennium did, but I never personally. I knew him pretty well.
Are you the producer of Rust?
No.
Good.
No.
Good.
Knew some folks on that, but yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys are really good and good sports for coming in and meeting me.
Yeah.
All my
it's
friends
fun.
show you around. We have our guest is here. Josh Flagg. Do you know who Josh Flagg is? $1 Million Listing.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I know him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Josh.
Is he here?
I
don't know.
I love that show.
Well, you're about to
think
meet
he's
Josh
right there.
Flagg. What?
He said 1 minute.
He said 1 minute?
Well, Rich did. Rich says 1 minute.
They want to
said, "Hold
meet
on."
him. They're really
hold
good.
on.
Somebody just wants to say hi.
It's all right.
Josh.
He's on a phone call. He's always doing something.
Just
You
look.
look very casual today.
He's very casual today, but they're big fans of yours.
So cash.
What?
Hamas here.
Who?
Hamas.
Hamas. Too soon? Too soon? He could say that because his grandmother killed Nazis.
That's true.
Yeah, I remember. I saw that on one of the
that card,
episodes.
the Nazi card. Yeah.
So they did. These are very prolific movie producers who've produced a lot of movies that you know, Jason Statham movies and.
Nice.
They're saying you should
Winnie the
make
Pooh.
Walk Like a Man too. Oh, horror
I think he came to
style.
look at one of my houses.
Jason? It's possible.
Yeah.
Really?
Does he still live? Does he still up?
Yeah, let's give out address. We're about to give out addresses.
Give out his address. Why don't we just give it his
Up at the
address?
top of Sunset.
Well, Sunset goes this way.
On a Bird Street?
I think he meant Sunset Plaza.
On a
near
Bird
that.
Street?
Yeah.
Sunset Plaza.
Yeah.
That's different. Sunset Plaza, Doheny, different.
They're very different.
Very
People
different.
don't. This is like an
I heard he
SNL
moved-
sketch.
I heard he moved to London.
I moved to London?
Yeah,
No, not
Jason.
yet. Oh, him? Oh,
Yeah.
maybe. Howdy.
We'll be back with Sidebar right after this. We have a
Do we have an ad for this one?
No?
No.
No, we have no sponsors.
No.
We don't make any money.
I'll
Nothing.
be your sponsor.
Can I pitch something?
You pitch something? Go
Yeah,
ahead. Go
I
ahead.
just invested in a beverage company called Surf Spot. So we have sales here in LA and San Diego. So we just started initial test marketing so you can pick it up there.
Do you
So-
want to pitch
Well,
for
why
them to
wouldn't
be
why
our
wouldn't
sponsor?
why wouldn't you if you invested in it?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you have brought a can and have us?
I will. I didn't expect to.
What?
Oh,
Oh, I have one sponsor, Man-Made. Yeah, I'm wearing underpants. They give me money to wear underpants, and they're very. My underpants are really not bunching up, and I don't sweat, and my balls feel at home.
No
But-
chafing?
No chafing. I don't chafe. I'm so comfortable. You want to try on my underpants?
sure.
Not really. Oh, I thought you meant your personal underpants like you're wearing right now.
Yeah, that is what he meant.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like. Oh,
No, but you should instead of telling me about your drink,
I should have brought some.
You should have brought it or be here.
I'll come
and
back.
We'll be happy to sponsor it.
Yeah, I'll come back.
Yeah, all right. Well, thank you guys for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
definitely.
Thank you. My pleasure.
That's it.
Good luck.
You
Well,
cut. I came, you leave.
it's because of you.
We
they're
weren't
leaving.
even supposed to be on the show.
They were just walking by.
They were walking
They
by.
were walking by.
Because Josh, you were supposed to be here earlier. We were guestless. So we called in the people who were getting. Is it okay that we called them in? This is our neighbors right here. What? Oh, Kyle's answering. Okay. Is it okay with you, Kyle, that we called him in?
Our sound guy said it's okay.
It's okay with Kyle. Thank you, guys. Keep up the good work and think of me.
Yes, we will next time.
You can move right
And
over.
when you think of Van Nuys, always think about the airport.
Not a home. You wouldn't sell them a home here? Have you ever listed anything here?
I don't even know where we are.
You do, because you were here last week. Go right over to that one.
Josh, I have a real question about last week because we had an argument about this.
Yeah.
Would you have been pissed
Yeah.
if you came here and he legit wasn't here and didn't come back?
I wouldn't be here again.
Yeah. He would be
So-
mad. You would be because the expectation is that you were coming for his show, right?
But here's the thing.
I may have come if you told me ahead of time he will not be here. I would have still come. But if I came under the pretenses that he was going to be here and he was not here, I would have been disappointed.
Yeah. That's a bullshit move. And you would be too. Let's say you were going on someone else's podcast.
Because nobody is thrilled
Yeah,
to
can you
spend time
imagine you
with
go on Oprah and Oprah's not there?
But I have Gail?
Gail's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I kind of like Gail.
See?
I sat next to her on a plane
I don't
recently.
think I'm Gail. I'm not Gail.
You're definitely, what's Oprah's man? What's his name?
Stedman.
You're Stedman.
Stedman.
You're definitely Stedman.
You're my man.
You're Stedman.
Yeah. I want to ask you a couple questions.
Fun fact about Stedman. Do you know Stedman eats octopus for breakfast every single morning?
That's weird.
It's a fact. I don't know if it's fun.
Like grilled octopus or like
I don't know how he eats it. Probably grilled, but he eats it every single morning, and they have a whole octopus in their fridge, like a whole one.
I like grilled octopus.
Yeah.
Not like every day, but
It's not
I ate it
breakfast
every
food.
day when I
No.
went to Greece.
I go
good.
cuckoo for octopus. Did anyone, Josh? Last week, Josh was here, and we had him make phone calls to people that you alluded to were very close and near and dear to you. Nobody picked up the phone. Nobody answered.
I've been literally talking to Kagan all week, but I didn't tell you. Don't
that's
call
the
him
agent.
again today.
No, Kagan, yes.
We're gonna
Did
call-
Altman call you back?
No.
No. Did Rosie call you back?
No.
Candy.
No, but they texted
Candy
me.
Spelling.
Yes.
She called you back.
Or she just
I
called
can get
you.
her on the. Actually, I can probably get her. I'm going to tell her right now. I'm going to say.
Who?
I have to tell these people ahead of time that they're coming on air.
No, but you could see they're coming on. See Rosie. See if Rosie was around.
Okay, hold on.
I know Rosie. I did Rosie's show a lot. I've been exploring even since last week. You're very funny online with that girl. What's her name? She worked here. What's the name of the girl that worked with Trevor?
Trevor Wallace.
Trevor Wallace. Who was his co-host on that show?
Who?
The girl that you're on Instagram with. Very pretty young.
Heather McCants?
I think that's my.
I mean Amanda McCants?
Yeah, Amanda.
She's hysterical.
She's really
Isn't
funny.
she funny?
You guys are a show together.
She's
though.
really funny. We can call her. We can call
Well, I
Tinks.
know-
We can call lots of people.
No, but that's a funny show. You and her doing a real estate show. Mm-hmm. What were you just doing that for comedy, or was that?
Yeah,
Is it
just
a
for
show?
fun.
How do you know her?
We slept together.
Is that why your marriage broke up?
Yeah, probably. No, another a whole host of other reasons.
Wow, she's a hottie.
Isn't she great?
Yeah,
I'm just texting.
I see what you're doing,
You
and
know.
I'm trying not to. And we talked last week about various real estate. Oh, and I read more about your grandmother.
Yeah.
Who Lou doesn't really know. Nothing in this country would have been made of polyester if it wasn't for your grandmother. Is that true?
This is true. She
She-
discovered it in Europe well, it was actually during World War II, the British used it as a material for the parachutes for the British officers. You know, the parachutes, like the
Right. I know. You don't have to describe parachute.
Okay, you know what a parachute is, right?
Yes.
Okay.
When you jump out of a plane, you want a nice outfit.
Exactly. Exactly. And then she found. And then there was an excess of it after the war. There was just tons of the material left over, and nobody knew what to do with it. So she was walking in Switzerland one day on a buying trip, and she went in a store, and there was some women's panties made of this material. And she looks at
Polyester panties in Switzerland.
well, it was actually called polyamine at the time. Anyway, so she goes in the store, and she's like, "What the fuck is this shit?" And
That's how she talked.
That's how she actually she had a mouth of a cylinder. Yeah, she did. anyway, so she goes in and she calls up her fabric agent in New York, Chai Bloom, nice Jewish boy. And she goes, I want to buy every single yard of this fabric we can find. She goes, okay, he goes, let me get back to you in a couple days. I'll find out all the information and see what it is. Calls her back a couple days later in Switzerland and goes, okay, so it's this material called polyamine. The British were using it during World War II for parachutes. There's a supply of it still in, I don't know where it was. She goes, buy every single yard you could, right? Now, at the time she was successful, but she was not, buying every single yard of this could have either bankrupted her or, set her for life. It was a gamble. She goes, buy it and put washing machines in every single one of our showrooms across the country. We had showrooms, for when people come in, they buy the line. The term is like buying the clothing line.
Yeah, I get it.
You buy the line. So he goes, washing machines? Yeah. We're going to have all of our salesmen demonstrate how you can dunk the fabric in, wring it out to dry in 5 seconds, and that's it. And they did that, and everyone was like, what the fuck is this? It's like a cotton that you can dry in 5 seconds? Like, they'd never heard of it. It was like,
right.
Like, what is this? And then my dad, who was a salesman for the company when he was in his 20s, would literally go to Texas in the 900-degree heat and hang the fabric on like these hitching posts. And all these like buyers for the line would literally be like, what the fuck? And and it was the biggest success of 1967.
She didn't get the rights to.
She didn't need to. She had a monopoly on it. You can't. No. So the fabric was owned by DuPont. DuPont owned the fabric out of Leeds in England, and you could. But what DuPont did was they gave her advertising money, and so not only did she have all the fabric, she could popularize her own fabric on DuPont's dime too. It was big. It was good.
Oh wow! And did she end up, or your father end up selling the company?
They retired in 2001.
That's pretty amazing. The history of polyester.
Yeah.
How did she change the real name? Why did she Did she come up with Esther to be the?
I don't know where that came. I think that was I think the trade name was polyamine, and I think DuPont actually, the trade name was Crimpling. That was really what it was called. It was called Crimpling. And then DuPont.
That's the one thing it doesn't do.
Right?
It
Crimpling.
doesn't crimple.
And then the second version of it that they came out with was called Dacron or Dacron. Yeah.
And that became but just to have the foresight and the balls to invest everything you have in anything, saying, give me everything that exists.
Well, during the Korean War, she also did the same things. There was a surplus on woolens because during the Korean War, all the soldiers' material, the uniforms, you couldn't get woolens at the time. So she was smart enough to think when the war broke out she literally bought a warehouse and filled it with as many woolens as possible because she knew that she wouldn't be able to get it during the war.
Woolens.
Wool.
Just wool, but they were already made.
No, yards, bolts of wool to produce our clothing. She's always one step ahead.
Amazing lady.
Smart. And this is a woman who killed multiple Nazis.
Amazing lady.
Right? And she was also like 4'11", which is even cooler.
And that you were close to. They should make a movie about her.
Cubby Broccoli, who did James Bond or whatever,
right,
wanted to many years ago. They were on the golf course and it just never. You know what? She wasn't famous enough. She wasn't Coco Chanel, or she wasn't Edith Head, or she wasn't like. You're not going to go to the movies to watch about. There's so many people who've done incredible things that you don't know, like who invented the airplane rivet. Like there's so many great stories, but no one's going to go and watch. Yes, I guess.
But to be the proprietor of the everyday woman's fashion, polyester is now kind of synonymous with
shit.
Yeah, but everybody wears shit. Most people wear shit. That's what the country. The woman who did that, who was also had the wherewithal and the heroicness to kill Nazis, who also, created a whole business, like reinvented herself, to move here from, what was she?
She was in Holland during the war.
She was in Holland, to move to a whole other country. I would imagine English was not her first language.
She spoke 7 languages. She came from a wealthy family. The Nazis took everything, but she was educated. So she came here with $1 in her pocket, but was very smart woman. Like she studied in the best schools in Vienna, you know, but then she watched Hitler march in and she goes, I'm getting the fuck out of Dodge. And she goes to Holland where she goes into the Dutch resistance forces, into the underground, meets my grandfather who died in Auschwitz. My real grandfather died. My last name is really not Flagg, it's Stein. My grandfather, Hans died in a camp. They had my father, they hid my father in a Catholic hospital, didn't circumcise him, so they would not know that he was Jewish. And she would go every day, she dressed as a Red Cross nurse, would go to the Catholic hospital and would take care of all the children. Nobody knew that this child was hers, my father. Takes care of him, whatever. The war ends. My real grandfather dies. My grandmother remarries another guy named Flagg, right? He goes to America. My grandmother and my father go to Palestine, which is in 1946, before it becomes the state of Israel in 48. Go to what do you call it? To what are those places?
Kibbutz?
A kibbutz, exactly. Go to kibbutz. She almost gets raped in a kibbutz. She's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I beat Hitler. I'm not going to get raped on a kibbutz. So then she goes, it becomes state of Israel. Then she moves here with $2 in her pocket and goes to San Francisco. And walking in Union Square, sees a sign. It's, I don't remember. The store is still there, a fabric store. Goes in and goes, I need a job. Becomes a seamstress or whatever like that. And the rest is history, and built up this huge company. It was really crazy.
Did she try to go from Europe to the U.S. and was turned away, and that's why she went to... No.
She wanted to... Her family that survived the Nazis went to Israel. So she wanted to go be with them.
That's amazing. It's an amazing story.
I give you a book.
Is there a book?
Oh, yeah. I wrote it when I was 14. We took 3 years to write it. I would travel around the world with her, and every night we would do a new chapter, and I would write this book. It's online. You can buy it online.
What is it called?
Was it self-published, or did you get it published?
No, it was Harper. I think Harper did it. 1 second. No, Harper did my last. I don't remember who did the last.
What is the title of that book?
A Simple Girl, Stories My Grandmother Told Me.
That's the movie.
Yeah.
Does anybody have the rights to that now?
You're looking at them.
Let's try to make that movie. I think that's like a Norma Ray story.
It's a phenomenal. Yeah, I agree. With you.
I think, like you're saying, Coco Chanel. You know, we see these movies. What's the movie that they just made with Lady Gaga? What's that one that she just did with about the fashion industry? You know what I'm talking about? Where she was Italian. I think it was Driver, Adam Driver. I'm trying to remember the movie, but somebody here will know.
That's the book.
What the
A
fuck?
Simple Girl.
So we're gonna do spec houses. We're gonna make movies.
No, but it's really, really.
My dad feels inspired right now.
No, but I think that now more than ever, listen, we need heroes. We need to be told stories of heroes. We need realism, and the fact that it's a woman. You know, even now more than ever, that
the character though is I wish you would have met her. She was such a character. This is a woman. She would drive a Rolls Royce and she would sit on a phone book so she could look over the steering wheel. Like this woman was a tiny little creature, but she was like, if you shook her hand, you knew she was in charge. You did not fuck with this woman. You could be 20 feet tall and she'd make you feel like you were 3 foot tall if you disrespected her.
And I can't imagine what it was like being her son, your father.
They would fight. Their communication was, I would go to their offices downtown and I would just hear my dad, mother, and she would and one day she was little, I saw them, but they loved each other, tremendous. They were best friends. But I remember walking into my dad's office and I see this little tiny woman and my dad this tall, and she's literally holding her arms up like she's about to punch him, like she couldn't reach him, like up like this, and my mom and my dad is holding her hands down, is like, what are you gonna do now? What are you gonna do? And she's like, argh! She just stormed out of the room. Like but they loved each other. They were just, wow. It was
They
really,
fight over business often?
Oh, my dad would say, we need to expand to China, we need to do this. She'd go, please, I built this company, you're just my child. But my dad was also the president of the company. They would always fight over everything, but it was, they loved it. I mean, they were best friends.
Wow.
You and your kids never fight.
I can tell.
I don't know if you know that we had a big fight last year.
Last week.
Last
he
week.
knows. He was here.
I
That
heard
was
about
my
it.
point.
But that is a really, I think it's an inspiring, if nothing else, like a mini series, a 3-part movie for Netflix or something based on but when you describe her, I can't imagine, who would play her?
Natalie Portman.
Oh, wow. Wow. Do you know Natalie?
No,
Isn't she Israeli?
I think so.
Yeah, so maybe she'd be inspired by this story. We should see if she. Well, let's get to her. Listen, it's not.
We got to call Kagan. Let's get to Portman.
Is he represent? Is she?
I don't know.
She
He
with
gets
ICM?
everybody.
See if she's with ICM. But it is a great story that somebody should be doing, and I love the fact that it's a woman, and I love the fact that it's historical, and I love the fact that, she was. Who you texting?
I just wanted to see if Kagan responded. Let's call him. Is there a plug-in thing that?
Not there, only here.
You hand it to her if he's going to respond. See if he responds, and then you can hand it to her.
Okay.
So we'll just go on hold. So I was talking about before. Have you seen? You're online. Have you seen? It's not a trend, but it's very big, and it started in Finland. Have you seen hobby horsing?
What?
Hobby horsing.
It sounds very.
No, but it's serious.
Serious.
No.
Very
Look,
serious.
can we play it? This we can show to people. Look, this is real. She sent me this video.
How do you know you could show this to people? Because the one time we got
Am I allowed to show this, people?
Is this like Mr. Hands?
No. Am I
It's
allowed
not
to show?
inappropriate, but that one video that you did when what are their names? The brothers were in here.
Sklar brothers.
The Sklar
Slap
brothers.
fight.
What?
The slap fight is what got us taken down last time. And that was just a slap fight.
We'll just keep it muted, but I think
Keep it muted. We just have to see it. We don't have to hear it.
Want me to do music to it?
Yes,
Go ahead. This is real. Look at this. Look at your screen. Look at that screen.
Dun 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 dun.
They compete.
I'm confused. It's just
boom.
women jumping over.
No, hobby horsing.
Hobby horses.
This is a skill.
These people need to get a new hobby.
No.
Well, no. And I will say, okay, stop
Don't.
it. I don't
There's
want to.
so much judgment on this podcast.
They do that, and we actually on America's Got Talent, we had the world champion on the other day.
Really?
Yeah, they flew her in from Finland with her horse.
With her horse?
Yeah.
Did the horse fly with her?
I don't know. Can a hobby horse be an emotional support hobby horse? That's not a ta-da.
He liked it. He liked it.
He liked it, but he rim-shotted it.
Ta-da.
But we were going to try it. We have hobby horses.
Would you do it? Would you hobby horse with us?
We were going to try it.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't need much space, do we?
I don't know.
I think we were supposed to set
Bring
up
them
like
in,
a track.
Should we call Heather McDonald? She's funny.
Heather
She
McDonald,
is funny.
the actress?
The
No.
The comedian. The
Yeah.
comedian. I know
and
Heather.
she
I've met her.
does a podcast. I've been telling you, we need to get her on this podcast too. She does a podcast.
Yeah, Juicy Scoop.
Yeah, and she's really good. And it's mostly Bravo people though, like Bravo celebrities.
Bravo celebrities.
That's
You know,
what
I
he
just
is.
found out that I'm the
Longest running. You told
Is
me.
that wild?
Have you been
found
on
it
our
out a week ago,
podcast?
'cause it-
Yeah, I found it about a month ago, but I'm still gloating.
Have you been
You
on
should.
our podcast?
Who's? Heather's?
Yeah.
Yeah, many times.
What does she talk about? Okay, call her.
You know who else? Jeff.
Jeff Lewis.
Yeah.
I go on his a lot.
Isn't he the guy that does makeover houses?
Yeah.
He doesn't anymore, right?
Well,
He
does.
doesn't have a show.
He doesn't have a show, but he still
anymore.
does.
He had a show, right? That's how
Mm-hmm.
I know him. He does that. What does he do now?
Podcast.
Podcast. And what is it?
And it
What
does
gets on
well.
pod-
Sirius XM. It's big.
It's really big. I've been telling you.
I had Candy spelling on it. Everyone loved it.
See? Everyone can love your podcast too.
I don't think
But
the
you
Bravo
could just
people
keep
don't
my
like me.
ideas in. You don't think Bravo people like you? No,
No.
he's not well liked in the Bravo
I'm gonna
universe.
get Candy to call in. Hold on, but I have to prep her. Give me one
But
second.
what happened to Heather McDonald?
I'm gonna get Heather McDonald too.
He's gonna get everyone. He is
Here,
the key.
bring those in. Bring those in. Just we'll have them while he's doing that.
Do I get to choose which one?
I don't know.
Are they all the same? We couldn't get different ones.
No, these are
They
totally different. No.
No.
See that
This
people
one's
who
bent.
don't know hobby horsing could look at three horses and not tell the difference between them. These are three very different
I don't like
horses.
this one.
It's like if you went to a stable and you saw three white horses and you said, "Oh, they're all the same." No, these are
Some
very.
podcast wants to ask Josh what a moose queef is. Wait, this one's bent.
What? What are
I
you
don't
saying?
like. There's 4.
Oh, there's a good one. This
So-
is totally different. If you
I don't
wanna-
feel like.
that
I
one's
didn't need a
better.
new one. But I'm just saying I don't like these ones because it doesn't have. You know, you're supposed to have like the handles on either side of the horse to hold on to it better.
What do you mean?
Don't most hobby horses have the handles, the wooden handles on each side of the head?
I think the wooden handles make them less realistic from a real horse.
Really?
Well, yeah, horses don't have wooden handles in their necks.
But they don't have like a long pole for a body too.
Well, that's their neck.
You know what's crazy? I could only see the horse, and I can't even see you riding it.
I'm riding it. Ooh.
It's like you're
It's,
camouflaged.
it's like what I have to do now, though, is I have to. Oh, hi. Who is it? Was she on? Just read it.
Dad, you're not even on
Okay, all right.
on mic or anything.
Pardon me?
You're not even on mic or
He
anything.
didn't want me on mic for what I was reading.
Okay.
We're calling Candy spelling.
Go ahead. You guys sit there.
How do you do this?
You just dial, and then when it starts ringing, or even right now, you could plug it in. Dad,
What?
You're making
this
me
is
dizzy.
not. This was not my idea. My idea was to have an actual
Okay, here we go.
competition.
We'll have a
Here we
Dad,
go.
get on the headphones.
Doesn't matter right now. Right now.
You won't hear.
Hi, is that Candy?
We got Candy spelling in the house.
Candy.
It's not working.
Does Candy? Did Candy move?
Yeah. Howie wants to know all about the manor.
He's out of breath.
Yeah, 'cause-
He's out of breath.
I'm out of breath because I was just horseback riding.
So, Howie, what do you want to know?
Here, I'll move. Wait, I'm just trying to get on camera here. There's
on.
a go. Oh, there. Wait.
Hold on.
There.
Okay. Hold
Okay, now I'm on camera. Hi, Candy. Thank you for taking our call. First of all, you, for those that don't know, you lived in probably, it was a record-setting house, right? Size and sale at the time, right? I'm not hearing you.
Wait, hold on 1 second. How can we not hear it?
I hear it.
Where do you put the mic? Do I
Maybe
hold it to
is
the-
it
No.
Hold on, Candy.
Can you turn your volume up, maybe?
Turn the volume on the phone up. Oh, do you have that on speaker? Don't have that on speaker.
Oh, sorry, wait. Okay, here we go. Now we're in business. Okay.
Hello?
Candy, you there?
There you are.
Now we
Yes.
got Candy.
Okay, so Howie here, and my lovely daughter Jacqueline is here
Hi.
Jacqueline.
with your friend.
Howie.
Hi. So Candy, you lived in like the most epic house before there was Josh had his show and they were showing all that. You had the biggest house. I think it was a record-setting house, right, in square footage and
It was
price.
bigger than the White House.
Right. It was pretty big.
Did you sell it for her?
No, it was before we became friends. She sold it like 13 years ago.
Really? And now you built an epic house, right? Or did you buy one? Or did you build it?
Me or Candy?
I'm talking to Candy.
Yeah,
I'm looking at
I
you.
built it. It was a Bing Crosby house, and it was actually.
Can you believe in the middle of this, Josh is finally getting somebody returning a call?
3 separate lots, and in order for them to let me, the city to let me build such a big house, I had to combine the 3 lots into the what was almost 5 acres.
And how many square feet is the house?
In total, including the attic, it was 70,000 square feet.
Right. And do you not? I can't imagine living in 70,000 square feet, but I know it's gorgeous. We've seen it. It's been posted, right? And
Right.
Are you comfortable living in 70,000 square feet?
Well, you have to understand the attic was 17,000 square feet, so the house itself was really 56,000.
Sorry.
Sorry, it was
Sorry.
only 56,000.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought 70,000. I guess that it's kind of quaint. 56,000,
It wasn't cozy
understand.
56,000. It was very cozy.
which is actually less than that
It was a
Home
very
Hill.
warm house.
Wow. Wow. And do you like that? Is that something that you like to do? Do you like to design? Are you very hands-on when somebody's built, or do you just do you hire
That's
the people
what I
you like?
used to do. I used to be a decorator before I got married.
I did not know that. So that a design, are you an architect too? Like, do you know about decorating
No, but
and
I
design?
actually I was close to one on this. I ended up firing my architect, and I hired 4 draftsmen, and we set up in the attic, and they had their desks, and we designed it as we went.
So how did you come up with the concept of the wrapping room? The world famous wrapping room.
Is it she's the one that she's the one?
Yes, she invented the term.
I did not know that.
Hello?
You know what a wrapping? We've been
Or
to
wrapping gifts.
Yeah.
Isn't that what Mom kind of tried to do in her closet?
Yeah.
Pardon?
I just want to say before we move on, I've had Josh on for 2 weeks in a row, and every time he's been on, I've asked him to call a plethora of people. And first of all, I can't thank you enough for you're the only one that returns his calls.
That is not true.
Until you returned his call, and now his call waiting is off the hook. With
It's okay. They can all wait. It's just candy is much more important. How did you come up with the wrapping room?
Well, I came up with a wrapping room because since I was about 8 years old, I've been wrapping packages. My first job when I was 14 years old was at Von Domes. I wrapped packages for them. You know, I wrapped those big baskets with the giant bows.
But when people think of wrapping,
Von Domes, but it was in Beverly Hills I think it was on Beverly Drive.
But when people think of wrapping, they don't think of Candy Spelling, and you are the queen of rap. You are. Forget about all these other names that come up when you think of rapping. It's Candy Spelling.
Well, what's interesting is after I built the house, and I actually had 3 wrapping rooms because I wrapped all the packages for Aaron's, you know, he had 7 hours on the prime time.
For those that don't know, and they do know, let me just clarify what you're saying. So Aaron's Spelling was Beverly Hills 90210. Name the shows.
Melrose Place,
Dynasty Hotel,
Dynasty Hotel,
Charlie's Angels,
Charlie's Angels.
Oh Lordy, Charmed,
Melrose
Seventh
Place.
Heaven.
Yeah,
At
all
one
of
point,
them.
they stopped calling ABC American Broadcasting Company. They called it Aaron's Broadcasting Corporation.
Yes, so he had all those on. So you used to wrap the presents or the gifts that were for the holiday gifts for the casts?
The holiday gifts for the cast and crew, and also, you know, when he had special guests on any of the shows, you know, like stars, he always gave them a present, so I always wrapped those all.
What was tell me about a star and a present that you gave.
Well, I used to do like silver bowls or silver trays, and we would engrave them with the name of the show and their name, you know.
Did anybody ever receive something and then they didn't like it?
Well, that was too bad. It was already engraved.
Because I had that on AGT. I gave my fellow castmates rap gifts, you know, like when you rap at the end of the season. And they were always complaining.
But the cool thing about Candy, the best thing about Candy is not only it's amazing everyone knows the name Candy Spelling. It's amazing that a Hollywood producer's wife became so famous and she built this household name. But how did you do it?
How did I do it?
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, you know what? I read a lot of books about Jack Warner. So, of course, I made Aaron, probably of any producer, had the biggest office that anyone's ever seen. I felt by the time they walked from his door to his desk, you know, they've lost. I mean, anything you want to negotiate, it happened.
I get it. I'm like you. I'm same thing. Once somebody comes to Van Nuys, they know who the boss is.
Right. Howie's offices are in Van Nuys. I said the only good thing about it is the airport.
They used to do Charm down the street.
Right.
In a warehouse.
You know, Candy is also a huge Broadway producer. She does Tony's now.
What plays did you produce?
Promises, How to Succeed, Color Purple, Moulin Rouge, MJ. Wow. I have 3 shows opening in just a few weeks. I have Stuffs, which is about women's suffrage. I have Alicia Keys' new show, Hell's Kitchen, and I have The Great Gatsby opening.
See, she's not just a pretty face.
That's amazing. Candy, you are so prolific and you stay busy. You never at this point say, I want to like retire or I just want to take it easy, or do you need to just... I
really need to do things, and I never really worked my whole life. So it was... Aaron got me involved with I had a partner that was a calligrapher, and we opened a store in Beverly Hills, and that was a big success for a lot of years. And
for invitations and things?
Mm-hmm. I was building the manor, and he finally said when I'd come home at 4 a.m, you know what? You can't stay there and gift wrap all night. You know, it's either the house or the gift store. So I gave up the gift store.
And then she also owned Nolan Miller too.
Owned what?
Nolan Miller.
I don't know what that is.
Nolan Miller made every single dress for Dynasty. Aaron.
Oh, the designer.
Yes, she owned Nolan Miller.
Yes, I owned half the business. I actually owned the building that we made everything in on Robertson.
Wow. So you've like reinvented yourself like more times than I can even imagine.
Yes, I'm in the middle of doing that now. I now have a puppy that's 8 months old that actually Josh bought me for my birthday, and she's already won nine blue ribbons.
Oh, are we going to see you at the Westminster Dog Show?
I hope we get that far.
What kind of dog is it?
It's a Bichon Frise.
Very nice, very nice. And you're a very serious competitor? This is something...
Oh, yes. Well, she's
Are there
only
videos?
8 months old, so it'll get more serious.
Are there videos of the competition?
I was lucky enough
On our
to
Instagram.
just acquire the handler that's probably, my dog's grandfather won Best of Show in Westminster in 2018, and he was the one that was showing her, so he's going to be showing her from now on.
I'm always fascinated with those people because I like their gait. When you're walking a dog, it always seems kind of funny to me, but just the human that is the walker and the shower.
Wait, look at Candy's Instagram. She's got more followers than you, Howie.
How many followers? I didn't see.
1.2 million.
You have more followers than me, Candy.
There's her dog.
And there's your
You
dog.
got the dog?
Yeah, we're looking at your Instagram page. So we see your dog, that little cute little white dog.
Looks very happy. and
It looks
smiling.
happy and coiffed. Like it's
This
perfect.
dog, I go over to her house, it's getting its teeth brushed in the kitchen.
You brush its teeth in the kitchen?
No, the security guard
He gets
does.
groomed every day.
Every day. You brush a dog's teeth every day? I didn't know that.
Well, sure. Don't you brush your teeth every day?
Yeah, but I'm not. Well, I guess I'm not competing.
Yeah, and they breathe on you.
Oh my God, there you are at a show. I think at a show. Is that her at a show?
Yeah.
You have your dog sewn into your sweater?
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah.
Is that your dog? Did you
Yes,
get
it is.
did you get your dog a custom made sweater with your dog on it?
Yeah, I've had Bichons before, and this was it's a 30-year-old sweater. Don't laugh.
Nobody's gonna laugh at your sweater.
Speaking of her clothes, okay, how many square feet do you think Candy's
took a
closet
picture
is?
of my dog from 30 years ago, and they actually knitted it into the sweater.
So now he wants to know about
You said
the
your
apartment.
closet.
Okay.
Your closet. He said how many square feet? Now the house is 70,000 square feet. The attic is 17,000 square feet.
That's the
No,
manor.
the house is 56,500 square feet, and the attic is 17,000 square feet. Together, they're 70,000.
Okay.
And the
that's
closet.
The manor. Now she has the penthouse.
The penthouse. How many square feet is that?
20.
20,000.
And that's the closet?
Closet is how big is the closet?
Here, as
3,000?
big as some people's apartment.
I think it's about 3,000
It's
square
embarrassing
feet.
to say.
But why is it embarrassing? You're not throwing away a sweater after 30 years. I would imagine you need a lot of space.
Yes, I do. I'm not a hoarder. I just keep things that are.
No, it's nice. I would have
not.
thought that you're keeping it in great shape. It looked brand new, and it looked like the dog that you have today.
I know. They all look the same, by the way, the Bichons. They're very similar.
It's like hobby horses. I've been telling my daughter I'm starting to get into the hobby horse sport, and we have hobby horses here. And somebody was saying they're the same, but they're not. Each one.
No, they're not.
They're
How
not.
fun. The ones that rock or just hobby horses?
No, the actual ones used for competing. They're on a 38-inch pole with a fuzzy head and a rein, and there is jumping. There's dressage.
Some people do dog shows, other people do hobby horsing.
Dressage.
Oh, you're talking about live horses.
Dressage?
Nope.
No, hobby horsing.
What are hobby horses?
They're on a. Well, you'll watch this
stick.
podcast. We're live, actually. Hey,
Oh, they're on a
Josh? Did you
pole?
tell your people that you're live here?
Yeah.
You need to
think
tell.
so. I don't know.
No, you don't know. It's important that you
did
tell
not.
people. You didn't.
Yeah.
Candy, you are really somebody to look up to. You really.
I wonder how she
a
feels about regifting, since she knows about gifting stuff.
Yeah, what do you think about regifting?
How do you
Candy?
feel about regifting?
Well, and I very rarely do that. I only do that if it's something that's really beautiful and, someone brought it from Europe or someplace where you really can't return it. And it's something that maybe someone will really like.
So the answer that you're giving is yes, you're into regifting as long as it's not monogrammed.
Very, very seldom. I have to tell you, I'm very much, whatever the person's hobby is or whatever they like, that's what I like to buy them something they can really use. So I really think out a gift.
Is that why the first gift you ever gave me was a hookah?
Did she give you a hookah?
She gave me a hookah.
Because you're always walking around with your vape?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a professional.
No, she got maybe a real hookah.
Hooker.
That's what I thought. I thought
Remember
you
the
just
hookah
put.
you gave me? That beautiful.
What?
Remember the hookah you gave me? Remember the thing you
No.
That was for sure a regift. I think that was a regift.
I don't know. Maybe.
She's saying that you gave him a hookah.
Remember the hookah you
A
gave
smoking
me?
hookah.
Oh, the hookah. That was definitely a regift. A Middle Eastern person sent it to me, and I didn't even know what to do with it. So.
Okay, a Middle East. She went to say, "What do you think of regifting?" I do it very rarely. If it's their hobby, if it's something, and then you say, "What about my hookah?" And she goes, "A Middle Eastern person gave this to me, and I didn't know what to do with it." So, Josh,
I did.
So, Josh, it's all yours.
do you still have it?
Of course I have it.
Do you use it?
I used it once.
And
I didn't really know how to work it.
I think a lot goes into
There you go.
preparing
I
it.
didn't either.
Yeah. Oh.
But he's a big vapor, so that's a beautiful. You could set
But
up
that's a
vaping
simple
for.
contraption,
Right.
the vape.
But it's for vaping with company.
She
isn't
hates when I vape, and she hates when I wear a beanie, and I'm doing both of them right now.
Why do you hate when he
Why?
vapes and wears a beanie?
Oh no, he's got that ugly beanie on.
Yeah, I'm wearing it to dinner tonight, by the way.
I know it's supposed to be cool. Listen, I'm 78. He's 38. What do you want from me?
You guys are well. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming on and talking to us. I really appreciate it. And thanks, Josh, for getting us Candy on the phone.
Right.
And I appreciate it. You have no idea how tough it was
You're
getting.
very sweet. This was fun.
It was fun. Thank you.
I love you.
Have a good day. We love you.
You too.
No,
See you
do you
later.
wear the beanie? Do you wear the beanie? And I asked this as a bald man because you didn't like the way your hair, like when you woke
I
up.
just didn't do my hair this morning, so.
That's what
What
I'm
a
saying.
dynamic duo you two are.
So I got
kind of a
calls
funny-
that came in, right?
Oh, let's
Okay, I got a no caller ID twice. That could only be one person.
Who's that?
Rick Caruso.
Rick Caruso is the only person you know that has no caller ID.
Or you.
Or you. I was thinking of somebody else I know, and
But
then
I
I
wasn't
remembered it
calling.
was you. Yeah.
Me.
Yeah. Yeah. So Rick Caruso, is that who kept calling you over and
Oh,
over?
We can call Kagan now. Here we go.
Well, that'll be a boring call. It's just an agent. That'll be a boring call.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to show you because you talk about hair and that.
Oh no, it was Melissa Rivers.
It was?
Yeah. Hold
From
on.
last week?
How are you getting everyone to call you back now this week?
Joan,
This is your redemption.
This is Joan Rivers'
Redemption.
daughter.
Yep.
Joan,
Hi.
Melissa?
You were interrupting us rudely. We were on the call with Candy.
Excuse me, you had already texted me, can I call you? And I saw it late and I figured you thought I was being flaky and not responding.
This is
So
your
I
call
called
back
you
from last week?
Melissa, he's been trying to. It's Howie here, Howie Mandel.
Hi, Howie.
How are you?
It's always good to hear your voice, not so much Josh's.
I know that. He didn't want to talk. He is. You should know that Josh is a good friend, and he wouldn't reveal anything. But are you getting married?
Oh, yeah, I am, which is terrifying.
Well, and do we know this person? And if you don't want to talk about, we're live, so there's no editing here.
No, that's fine. Yeah, no, he's great. Josh has met him.
Good times.
He is a wee bit older than me.
Okay. So does that mean he's on a respirator?
He's not on dialysis. He's not that. He's
He's not on dialysis.
He's not in porn.
No.
Good. You moved off of that.
Yeah, but that was because he was a really nice guy who was just a really smart businessman.
He didn't know about that guy. I was telling Josh about him.
I don't remember.
I knew him too. I rented his
He
building.
has taken all that money and invested massively in real estate.
Good for him.
You're talking about,
Yeah.
we're talking about the ex,
We're
right?
talking about porno guy.
We're talking a couple X's ago.
The Vivid guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyone who thinks that was his thing is sadly mistaken. It was just smart business.
Yeah, because the big business in porn and real estate.
Mm-hmm.
Location. It just so happens the
Location.
He chose
But
the genitals.
Really nice guy. He's an attorney.
Oh, this new guy.
Yeah, well, actually, I keep calling him my boyfriend, but I guess he's actually my fiance because I've kept the ring.
Yeah.
Well, okay. And when is this happening?
Not for a year. Not till March, I think, of 2025. Is that what I said, Josh?
I already booked my room.
Good.
Oh, it's
boy.
destination?
I'm so proud of you.
Mhm.
No, ask Josh. Did you book a normal room or did you book a full suite for yourself, princess?
Is he
Sweet, obviously.
Is he going with Candy? If he's going with Candy, they can't be under
oh my God, can
17,000.
Candy be my guest? Yeah.
You don't have a +1. You already have a +1 for someone else who's going, who you know, who's going single also.
Who's going?
She gave you a +1?
Well, I've never heard of that.
She assigned a +1 to you. Isn't that just another guest? Hi, I'm Howie's daughter, by the way. This is Jacqueline.
Hi.
But
Yeah,
I've
no,
never heard of that where
another
you're
good
just
friend of
assigned a
ours
+1.
Is single and she's going alone, so I figured they could be each other's dates.
Is this like a new concept? I've never heard of like.
I've never heard of
Isn't
like.
that just
an arranged,
another invite?
An arranged.
No, it's a numbers game.
So
Got it.
really, you just invited two people that you wanted there, and you're telling them you're not allowed to have a +1.
Well, neither one has asked because the one knows that Josh is going and said, "Oh, that's perfect. We can be together."
So that other
I
one
don't even know
chose.
who this person is.
Yes, you do. It's Laura.
It's a woman?
It's Laura.
I would imagine
You
Laura
were on
is a woman.
vacation with her. You were just in Hawaii with her.
Oh, okay. Now I got it. So Laura Wasserman is my +1. Now I got it.
Yes, and you're her +1.
Got it. Does that mean we have to share a room together?
No, you're both more than capable of having your own rooms. I'm surprised he hasn't called you to get a 2-bedroom suite yet.
Wow. Well, you said you had sex with Amanda. You can have sex with Laura.
People who stay in a regular room. These two are good friends, and they're both, suites with views.
It seems like
Bougie.
Laura,
They're the bougie
Laura
couple.
is more familiar with Josh than Josh is with Laura.
No,
I'm
Laura
not-
and I are very
No,
close.
not. They just went on vacation together. Josh, Laura, and Candy Spelling.
Wow. Wow.
They were
That's
all
like
in
the
same
new
hotel
Three's
in
Company.
Hawaii
Charlie's
together.
Angels.
I feel bad for the staff.
Why?
Do you think those three are easy?
What is Melissa?
Wait, I want to know about Laura.
Laura
Why-
Wasserman?
No, she's just a really good friend of ours who has been incredibly successful and treats herself well.
Her father-in-law was Lou Wasserman.
Oh, got it. Got it. You know who he is, right?
No.
The
No.
big cheese.
Pardon me?
The big cheese.
The big cheese.
But she, and she was an incredibly
I don't know
large,
anyone.
important executive in the music business for years, and they both enjoy
How-
the fruits of their labor.
How old is your son now?
I'm gonna cry. Why'd you have to bring that up?
Why?
23.
Oh my
He
gosh.
is a 5th-year senior at Berkeley. Because he
Mazel
took his
tov.
extra year because the NCAA gave athletes back an extra year of eligibility.
Is he an athlete?
Yes, he is.
What does he play?
Lacrosse.
Wow. Good.
Yeah.
Good for him.
So remember, he's only half Jewish.
That's why he's an athlete.
That's why lacrosse worked for him.
And is he happy with this guy that you are bringing on board?
Yes. Steve actually called him and asked for his permission and make sure he was comfortable with it.
And are you putting your son with
Cooper
somebody
said
at the
yes,
wedding the way
and
you're
then
doing it with Josh?
Basically texted him back and said, "Look, I'm really happy with this. I'm going to paraphrase. Pump your brakes, buddy. Like, let's just be like this for a while."
Would have Joan loved him?
Steve?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Come on. Josh, you've met him.
I
Could
think he's
not
adorable.
be any more waspy, buttoned up.
He's very waspo.
Waspo.
Wasp.
Okay.
Very Goyisham.
But your son at the wedding, does he have a significant other?
No, he does not have a significant.
So will you put him like you're doing with Josh?
Really, what we're doing is basically a party, and then some sort of a ceremony will break out. I'm not walking down an aisle.
Right.
I'm not wearing white.
Wow.
We're having a fun party.
You should wear red.
No, he made me, I wear a lot of black, especially when I'm dressed up, and he made me promise not to wear black.
So what are your choices?
Any
I'm
other
down
color?
to navy and charcoal gray.
Or cream,
That
just
seems a
like
little
off-white.
No.
Or white with
let's
stains.
Really? I haven't, spent
Plaid.
a few.
What about a white dress?
In my life, occasionally on my back, white. Some lightning bolt will come and strike me dead.
No, here's what I'm saying. Listen to me, Melissa. A white dress with cum stains.
I like that.
See?
Monica Lewinsky.
I like, that's why you and my parents got along.
Yes. I did.
I like that.
Oh yeah,
love
you
it.
did. Oh yeah, you did.
Her mother's
New in your life is
responsible
I never
for a
got
big
pictures
part of my
the dinner
career.
party that
Really?
you had that I wasn't invited to because I was a woman.
I had that?
No, Josh.
What?
What?
What happened?
The
I
dinner
missed
party
it.
you threw like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, Dennis Basso's party. Well, you don't have a penis.
I
know.
saw that you had that on Instagram.
It was 70 of New York's finest homosexuals in my backyard.
And I knew half of them, and I still
When you
didn't
say
get
backyard, are you referring to the actual yard? Oh, okay, all right.
Literally, not one woman was allowed to come.
Really?
Who?
I said not one woman was allowed to come.
Oh,
Even with
I
a
thought
strap
that
on?
One was.
No. Well, with strap on, maybe.
I was gonna crash the next night.
You should have come.
Is that politically correct, though?
Nope.
I don't think so.
Probably not.
It's not. You
Probably
can't.
not, but the gays get away with it.
I feel triggered.
Yeah, are you triggered right now? Wait, so why was Joan responsible for a big part of your career?
Joan, in my generation, the biggest thing a comic could do to be kind of thought of even as a comic, the litmus test was the Tonight Show. And Joan Rivers was the biggest, most exciting guest host that Johnny ever had. In fact, when Joan was on the show and would fill in for Johnny, the ratings would go up. I had been trying for years and years to get on the Tonight Show, and the guy would come and watch me at the Comedy Store and not only say no, he'd say, "You're never going to do it." When Joan would come in from New York, she'd go to the Comedy Store to work out her material that she would be using for her monologues on the Tonight Show. And one particular night, she saw me just on at the Tonight Show and said, Have you ever been on the Tonight Show? And I said, no. She goes, what are you doing this week?
Oh, my God.
And she put me on the Tonight Show with her. Joan Rivers was the host, my very first time on the Tonight Show. Johnny was at home and saw that episode. And the next day after I was on with that, he called and said, can I come back the next week? And I ended up doing 22 episodes with Johnny Carson.
So she really was majorly.
Major. And anytime I was doing anything that I needed a guest star, or I was doing a show, or I was doing a pilot or something, she never, ever, ever said no to me. She said she was the sweetest, funniest, best, champion of anything that I was ever doing in my life. And I'll always be indebted to her, and I love her, and I miss her, and it's a joy to talk to her offspring right now.
Thank you. I like to think of myself more as her spawn.
Okay. Spawn. But she was great. And then you didn't know the funny guy. Did you ever see the documentary on Joan?
So good.
It was so good. And I remember like the next day, she had given me the number. She said, call Billy Samuth. Do you know who Billy Samuth is? In the documentary. He disappeared halfway through that documentary, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he was.
I'll just leave it. And he has passed away since.
Oh, I'm sorry. I did not know.
What do you mean he disappeared?
He was their manager.
Billy was, what's the safest word? Mercurial.
That's a big word. I don't even know what that means.
But when he left, he worked for Sandy. Didn't he work for Sandy Gallen?
For years and years and years.
Exactly.
And then he went out on his own.
I don't know what anything means.
Yeah, he worked for Sandy Gallen.
Hair
Oh, okay.
And a bunch of big people.
But then when he left the business for a minute, he went and worked at Starbucks. I remember one morning I caught him. He called me. He goes, "It's 9:00 and I've already made $8 in tips."
Why did he do that?
He was mercurial, I guess is the term.
What does that mean?
$8 in tips. You know
No,
the tip jar?
mercurial.
It's on the
What's
screen.
it?
There. Read the definition.
Subject
They're
to
a
sudden or
barista.
unpredictable
It's a fancy
changes
word
of mood or
for
fun.
what would you like?
Oh, so he was bipolar.
I didn't know him that well. She knew him. She grew
was-
up with
he
him.
Was, he was a great character of a particular generation in Hollywood.
A lot of
Can I
people
just
do
talk
that
about
though.
how much I hate having to be so careful with my words.
That's today.
Wow.
Isn't that
Is
like
that
what
because
Dave Chappelle did too? Though he got an
I
offer
don't
and
know.
stopped and left and went somewhere else. It's the same kind of thing. He decided to leave.
Are you saying that you're trying to identify as politically correct?
I'm trying to identify as surviving.
It is weird, and especially because we're live. I have to watch myself.
Exactly.
I watch myself, but I can't really control myself. But he was an interesting character. But all of them were. I think Josh and I talked last week about, I said, did you know, because he reminded me of a young Sandy, because we were talking about the houses. Sandy was always, as much as he was in show business, he was in real estate.
The real estate he did was amazing. Also art.
Yes.
I didn't know the art part.
Oh, he had
He had very good heart. That was as does David Geffen and Barry Diller.
And Alan
those
Bergman.
three really got heavily into collecting important art.
You're right, because I remember I went to his house. This was probably in 82 or 83, Sandy's house, and he had a red piece of wood. It was lacquer. I hadn't really seen lacquer in 82. It was just a lacquer board leaning up against the wall, and he said, this is a very important artist, and it was worth a fortune.
This is in the Hamptons?
This was here in L.A.
Yeah.
This was here in L.A. He
Oh,
was a
and
great
his houses
character.
Were unbelievable. I was fortunate enough to have lunch with him up at one of his houses before he passed, and I just remember thinking, no one does a house better than Sandy. He was better than any architect, interior designer, anyone. He just had that innate style.
Yeah, he had incredible taste.
He had great taste. The last time I saw him was in Malibu at a restaurant called Tradnoy, and he was sitting
I
out.
remember Todd Noy.
It's still there. And he was sitting outside in the patio area, and there was a younger man sitting there with him, and I went over, and they were sharing a giant piece of chocolate cake, and he introduced me to this guy as his trainer.
That was probably his ex-husband, who I know.
No, I think it was his trainer.
Oh, really?
It really was his trainer who he had come over and share chocolate cake with. It's very Sandy.
That's like my mom with her trainer. My mom would be running late, and then she'd be like, "Oh God, I just need some coffee. Sit down for a sec." And next thing you knew, the hour was up, and all they had done was have coffee.
That's the same as Sandy. That whole group of the Sandy Gallen story also wasn't the Sandy Gallen story, and I don't know if this is when your mother left, and it might be hearsay, but Sandy Gallen was this very wonderfully
gay.
Gay wasn't the word I was looking for, but he was gay. He happened to be gay, but he had a flamboyance about him in his personality where he represented all these great people like Joan and Dolly Parton and everybody. And I think, did your mother not get mad when she said, okay, good news and bad news? ABC has bought the variety show. And the bad news is I'm the host. He ended up doing wasn't that a show that your mother should have done? And he ended up, there was a Sandy Gallen show for one season.
Really?
Yes, he decided at one point that he wanted to be talent, not just behind the scenes.
Right.
And he pitched and got a big variety show. It was going to be like the next Ed Sullivan.
Yeah.
And everybody came on like the first 2 episodes. I remember going, oh my God, this is like digging up parts of my memory, to the first taping because my mom was on, and Milton Berle came out in a peacock suit like NBC peacock. And I remember Berlin, remember that band?
Sure.
Performing.
Wow. So he had a peacock. The guy with the biggest cock in Hollywood had a peacock.
Yep.
And your mother and Sandy Gallen was the host.
Berlin performing.
Wow. You probably
By the way,
witnessed.
I have really weird flashes of memory like that.
I would imagine you as a little girl, because they took you everywhere, right? You were everywhere. Your mother, and one of the reasons before I knew Joan, my entree into comedy, and I've talked about this many times, the reason it was not stand-up, it was Alan Funt and Candid Camera. And Joan, she was a writer.
Who was Alan Funt married to? He was married to
I don't know.
Not Betty White. Who was
No.
Alan
No,
Funt
you're
married
thinking
to?
of Alan Hunt.
No, Alan Funt was married to another.
No. I know you're the one who was married
He was married to a really nice man, and Alan Funt was not nice.
I never knew Alan Funt, but I loved Ken the Camera. That is the predecessor to Punk'd, to every show that you've ever seen, to all those shows. And your mother was a writer. Isn't that where, like, at the beginning of her career, wasn't she a writer on that show?
Yes, and that's where they were all like, he was so mean, and when she finally quit, he said, "Good luck to you, Joanne." Never bothered to even learn her name.
You called her Joanne? How long did she work there?
I don't know. And then she also helped write, and this is all before my time, Topo Gigio, which I guess was the Ed Sullivan show. And she said whenever they were desperate, they would just say, have Topo say, "Oh, Eddie, give me 8 keys."
That was right.
Do me a favor.
Whatever they didn't know.
I love Topo Gigio. That's what I copy my voice that I do, which became Bobby. I watched that every time. I had no idea that your mother wrote on that.
That's where you got that voice from?
No, I got the voice for choking on a piece of cake, but I started doing those voices. That's closer to what I did for Gizmo. Gremlins.
Yeah.
I'm
Isn't
Gizmo.
that funny?
Yeah, I know.
So Josh, what are you doing? And you were on Howie's show last week. What's this about?
Any reason this guy has to hang in Van Nuys,
Literally.
he looks for it.
Literally.
Can we talk about that Josh is now a CNN contributor?
No,
I
you're
saw
not.
that.
Are you?
I saw that. I learned why about insurance on housing.
Oh, yes.
I showed you that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sitting there with CNN on in the background, and I'm like, they're like, oh, real estate specialist, and
CNN contributor.
I look up and I'm like, holy fuck, there's Josh.
Holy fuck, there's Josh.
So funny.
It was good though.
Being serious.
He was being serious. He was being he was informing us all why it's prohibitive to buy
Hold on,
real
estate. So you don't have to hear the dogs barking.
What?
I just took you off speaker so you don't have to hear my dogs barking.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought you said
I'd rather
what?
know
My
it's the
phone's
dogs
ringing, I'm
barking than you're
ignoring
living
it.
with somebody
It's
with
one of
croup.
those days. I'd rather talk to you guys.
No.
It's okay. Well, thank you so much. Everything's good. I'm so happy for you and your life, and you found your next significant other. Hopefully this is the last. This sticks.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Well, I've only had one other.
I know, but I hope this sticks. I would hate to hear that it didn't work out and then Josh ends up for the rest of his life with that person that you're putting him with.
No matter what, my mother taught me well, I'll keep the ring.
Oh, good.
See?
Good.
See?
Good.
I was trained well.
You are. Well, Melissa, you're always a pleasure. Thank you. If you ever need me, I'm here for you.
Love you.
I know. I love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow. So Josh Flagg has brought us Melissa Rivers.
And we got more.
And we had Candy Spelling.
And now Heather McDonald wants to call in.
Let her call in. Heather McDonald.
The most guests that you've ever had on one podcast.
Right?
Wow.
You didn't believe me last week, huh?
No.
Now they're all coming.
Heather McDonald's a very funny comedian.
She's hysterical.
She is. Is she still doing a lot of stand-up? I don't see her advertising dates.
Let's ask her.
I will.
She's busy with her podcast.
I know, but I do a podcast and I still do dates.
Not as many.
Not because of the podcast.
Because of COVID. Maybe
Yeah.
she stopped because of the.
Hello.
Heather, Howie Mandel here with Josh and my daughter Jacqueline.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good. I'm just happy to talk to you. I'm a fan. I was asking Josh, and he didn't know. Are you still doing a lot of stand-up?
Yeah, I'm doing the Kravitz Center tonight, and tomorrow, Friday and Saturday in Palm Beach.
The Kravitz Center in Palm Beach. And how do they go get tickets?
Oh, thank you. They go to heathermcdonald.net.
heathermcdonald.net.
Why not
Go-
.com?
I don't think she needs you, Dad. I think her podcast is bigger than
No,
yours.
I don't know. I buy.
Podcast is bigger. You got a very Bravo-centric podcast.
She probably I think she's talked poorly about you
She's
because
talked
of this
poorly about me. I did see
yeah.
that.
She does. She
You
doesn't
weren't
like you.
you weren't nice about me with the Tom thing, but that's okay. I'm okay
Well,
with that.
you know, it's kind of like, can't we just have one fucking thing? Like like every guy is popping off on the topics that I've talked about for 9 years. Like, I'm not going to try to do a sports cast, you know?
Can I tell you, it wasn't him. It was me. I'm a Bravo fanatic.
No, it was good. It was juicy. I liked it.
Here's what it was, and I've said this so many times. Here's what it was. I didn't, now I have, but I didn't watch the show, you know, and I was not even aware of the show. But I do have an employee here whose husband is his manager. Band.
Right. He's in the band of the Most Extras. Yeah, that was good. No, it was a good connection.
So then I
It's a good
said,
connection.
you know, when I was reading, I was the only thing I watch on Bravo, I love real estate. I love real estate.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I've watched there. I'm not aware of any of the Housewives shows. I'm not aware of any of the Vanderpump shows. I'm aware that they exist, but I don't follow them and I don't know anything and I don't know. And then in mainstream the world, I started reading about Scandival, which was so epically silly to me that why are they writing about somebody cheating on a Bravo show? Like, why is this on CNN? And I didn't understand. And then my daughter, who is Bravo centric, started explaining to me, and I go, well, that's who Jason works for. And then I said to Jason, is there any way he'll come in if I promise not to, like, I don't know anything about the show, and he can just, he's in the news. Will he come in if you don't say anything? And Jason said, yeah, if you don't question him and you let him just say whatever he needs to say. And my daughter didn't want to speak to me. My daughter, what was I made you take off the sweatshirt. Send it to
Daryl.
Daryl.
Yeah, send it to Daryl. She was wearing that T-shirt that day, and she explained to me what it was. I said, take it off. I don't want to be confrontational. And I just let him tell his story. I have never seen a backlash like I got from you and your people.
You and your people. They are from you.
You and your people. It was like crazy. And what was great for me is my daughter, and then we watched every night till the end of the season. And it was so much fun watching every contradiction that was made on my show, you know?
Yes. Yes.
But I didn't think that I would be.
I think that was it. I think it was just you were a guy that didn't watch it. And so, of course, as someone who doesn't watch it, they're like, doesn't everybody cheat on a show? And it was like, no, the reason it's so compelling is because, you know, it was more about the friendship of two women and the deception of a friend to another woman that I think made it such a topic of conversation.
So you hear what you just said? That's incredibly articulate and wonderful, and explains to me the question that I kept asking and getting kicked in the nuts for. Is I kept saying, why is this such a big deal? Which was interpreted like, it's no big deal. You could fuck anybody you want and it's no big deal. That's not what I was saying. I wanted to know that. So if I said to somebody like you, why is this such a big deal? Because you just explained to me, it hit a nerve that a lot of people have been a subject of, where I didn't know even that they were friends.
Right.
Even when he was sitting here, I had no idea. I was confused. I didn't know that Raquel and Rachel were the same person. I didn't know who Shay Shay is.
Sheena. You still don't know who she is.
Oh, Club Shay Shay. I mixed that up with the Cat Williams Club Shay Shay debacle.
Yeah, yeah.
So that was it. And I got killed. I mean, killed. Even by you, young lady.
Well, you know, I don't really care. So, why Juicy Scoop is popular, because I don't really care. And I was just basically like, I get it, how you're not going to take advantage of this interview, but I also got why people were annoyed because you weren't watching it. And there were so many people covering it. And, you know, so it was like the people that were covering it, like myself, it was like annoying. It's like,
I know.
Exactly. It's like all of a sudden I started to cover like a huge, sports thing. And I'm like, wait, isn't he on a basketball team? And they're like, no, he's on a football team. And I'm like, whatever. Like, it would have been like that. So that's why I think there was a little.
No,
bit of
I get it now.
But I got it that your daughter and I the connection was a good one. And how can you not take advantage of getting that, his first interview? That was good.
Not only his first interview, but he was, I don't know that now that I've got a little bit of history as far as knowing what's going on, it's amazing to me that he doesn't help himself. You can help yourself. You can even bullshit yourself out of trouble. It's like when he opens his mouth, he digs that hole so much deeper than it needs to be dug.
You haven't been watching. There's a redemption arc starting to happen on Vanderpump. So.
People are liking him again?
I think some.
Or do they feel bad for him?
Maybe both. I don't know.
Is he redeemed himself in your eyes, Heather?
Probably not in her eyes.
No, but you know what? I did end up going to the Valley premiere at Jax's restaurant, and he was there. And I've known all these people, the cast members, for years. They've all been on my show and stuff. And so then he was like, hi. And I was like, oh, hi. And we started to talk. And then someone took a photo of me, and I'm like, oh my God, this is what it's like when people go, look who took a photo with Harvey Weinstein. I'm like, I didn't even think about it. I just was like, here's a photo now floating. Like, I'm smiling like I always do. And I'm like, oh, now I got to get it. Like, I just happened to talk to him. And
did you get backlash for the picture?
Yeah. So then, and then he told me about where all of his shows were. And I'm like, yeah, the same people that were protesting and giving you 1-star Yelp reviews of Sandy and Schwartz are probably going to be in the front row of your show, your music show, in a month. Like, so I just think nobody's really canceled, especially when it's something like this. And so I do think he puts on a good show, and I think people are just into it, and now she finally moved out. She has a house. And she's, doing her other thing. So who knows?
Oh, she kind of
did.
The
reunion is on fire. Like, the reunion will be very shocking.
That's what I saw Andy Cohen saying. It was amazing. He said.
Yeah.
Do you follow along with all the other Bravo shows or no, Josh?
Josh is busy now.
He's busy. He's bored.
He says, "I'll be a guest." He says, "I'll be a guest on your podcast," and then he sits here texting, doing business and real estate, and calls other people so we can have
my job for me.
Yes, so that's. I was a guest. He said booker. He said live. He shows up in person and books guests.
I'm a booker.
Do you not follow any of this?
I wasn't even listening.
I follow
He's
all
bored.
the real estate ones too. I like the.
Are we talking about Scandal? What are we talking
Beverly
about?
Hills.
Everything.
I can't wait for Josh's show to come back. Selling
Do
Sunset.
you
Selling
think?
OC.
Do you think Vanderpump Rules has legs now? Because I feel that just as an outsider, again, I feel like it was, from what I read, also it was circling the drain. Tom saved it with his inappropriateness. And now they seem to be rehashing that. And it looks like, and just as, again, somebody from the outside, it looks like with the Valley and all these other shows.
Vanderpump Villa.
And Vanderpump Villa, it feels like they're on their way out.
Hulu.
Hulu. Vanderpump Villa.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's in France.
How can they do that? How can Hulu take that? Does Bravo not own?
I think they're partners.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, what do you think? Do you think?
There is probably some loop that Lisa Vanderpump had. That, like, if the show, like, it probably was like any show that's a spinoff in America or something was in her contract. And then she was like, oh, well, what if I go to France? Then I can go just like the Kardashians left E and go to Hulu and cut a better deal. That's what I think happened. And they probably were like, what? Who missed the call from Lisa? Like, they probably don't even know what happened.
No, but do you think Vanderpump Rules has another season or another couple of seasons?
Yeah, but I really think what it is that all the cast has such a history. I think they all are very funny. Like, they're funny, strong personalities. They say things in the moment. They are authentic. And the history of their relationships are so long. So I don't know how this reunion ends, where it's really like, look, we didn't think that, Tom and Ariana were ever going to film together again, and they did. So even if a reunion is horrible, like, yeah, they're going to show up at the pool party together, it's 3 months from now because they have to. So who knows? But I think the key is,
Are the ratings good this
keeping
season?
it with, huh?
Are the ratings good this season?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but I can tell from the buzz. Like, I can tell when things get a lot of chatter. Like, I was on LaLa's show Wednesday, and like at least 10 different Instagram accounts that I follow had cut clips from it. So that tells me people care. You know, there's other shows that have juicy stuff happening too, like Potomac, where this woman, you know, they just revealed that like one of her kids, the husband doesn't think it's his, and she's like, yeah, I don't think it is. And like that show isn't getting the chatter that like Vanderpump gets, and I don't know why. So yeah, I mean, it's not just about the scandal. I think it's just about the people that you're invested in, and if you're
Unless that
people
kid
just
turns
stay
out to be
around, and they got
Tom's.
new people, and they were smart with that Peacock, because when the Scandal things was exploding, they just put every season on Peacock. So people started, like, you know, maybe you or whatever that didn't really know would go back and watch it all. And those ones are really good. Like, I'm always jealous of when someone's like, I just started Real Housewives of Beverly Hills from 2008. You're like, oh, that's like such a golden era. Like, how fun to watch it for the first time and not know what's going to happen.
I see. Well, you are well versed. You deserve all the
Thank
success
you.
you're getting in your podcast.
I want, you know, one day hope to teach a class at USC on all of this.
On what?
So-
on Bravo or on or
on all this, just being like a pop culture reality show expert, you know, like, I don't know. I'm just secreting it. I'm just manifesting that'll happen, like in like 8 or 10 years. I'd
They
like to
have
do that.
Taylor Swift classes and stuff like that. I did a class, the history of rock and roll, and I did a Beatles class in college.
Montclair?
No, not in Montclair. In an actual school.
Actual school.
DeVry.
In college.
DeVry.
No.
DeVry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not when I went to UCLA, but UC Santa Cruz had
Nice.
those schools.
She's
Had those
she's a
classes.
banana slug.
I'm a
All
banana
right.
slug.
All right. Well, thank you. She's tired.
She's
already.
done. She's done with us.
All right. Thank you for your time. And
I'm actually sitting in the backyard of a beautiful home of Rachel how do you say it? Uchitel. I always say her name wrong. Rachel Uchitel.
wow.
I know that name. Who is that?
She has
I
a
know-
great
I know-
podcast
I
too,
know
called
her.
Misunderstood.
I
where
know.
She interviews
Hi, Rachel.
people,
Yes.
much like herself, that might have been misunderstood.
She
And
misunderstood.
she
What's
came
the
on my show years ago, and we became friends. And she made the move to Palm Beach, and we are just like, we played pickleball. My son is laying out by the sun. She has a putting green. We are just chilling.
You wanna
so
sell it?
I should get back to that. But
Jo-
yeah, that's
Josh
what I'm doing.
wants to
That's
sell
how
it.
fun it is. What
Well,
a
say
small
hi.
world, right?
Yeah, I have met her before. Does she remember meeting me? Did she have anything to do? Did she used to? Did she work at Tao in Vegas?
Hi there.
Hi, is that Rachel?
It is. It's Rachel.
Didn't I meet you? Weren't you working with the people at Tao at one time?
Yes,
Yeah,
I did meet you at Tao at one time for sure. I didn't know if you remember. but
I
yeah,
remembered.
for
I just
sure.
told you. I remember you.
Oh, you're sweet. Well, it's funny because we were laughing when we heard that you guys were going to call and speak to Kathy, because I know that Spencer was on your show recently and,
Yeah.
and told you a story about me.
Yes.
And I DM'd Spencer after, because it's funny. I've never met Spencer, and I've never met, who was the guy he said I had a relationship with? David Foster. So he said to you, I have a Rachel Uchitel story. Something about how he was helping David get out of a situation with me because I was squatting at David Foster's house, which I found to be hysterical, because I was like, Spencer, we've never met, and I don't even know David Foster. Which I thought was crazy. And then I woke up this morning and saw that some reality website says Rachel Uchitel admits to having an affair with David Foster. And I was like, this is crazy.
Look at what we
So,
started.
and it
The
was-
drama we
Right?
start.
And I'm just a booker. Look what I bring to the table.
It went from nobody to
But
everybody.
it was so funny because Spencer's now going to come on my podcast, and we were like, we've got to get to the bottom of this. Like, was it some girl that was impersonating me, or
Wow.
did David get it wrong?
Do you
or
live
did
in
Spencer
Florida
have a
now?
Bad memory. So it was. I mean, I'm not upset by it, but you know, it's not great for my reputation.
No.
when I hear things like this.
Do you live in Florida now?
I do. I live in Palm Beach. Yes.
Wow. Beautiful
Ooh,
place.
we love Palm Beach.
Yeah,
Hi,
and
Rachel.
ha-
This is Josh Flagg.
Josh Flagg. He wants to know
Hi,
more
Josh
about your
Flagg.
property.
Josh Flagg, I don't know if you remember me, but when I had a little stint dating our friend Matt Altman, you came into my nightclub, I think we did there was an evening where you guys were all in New York doing press for one of your first shows or something.
Oh my
It was
God.
a very long time ago.
Which nightclub?
It's funny because I don't remember what nightclub. I've worked at so many, but it was one in New York.
It was called
on 16th
Foster's,
Street.
David Foster's.
Yeah,
She just wouldn't leave.
I actually had dinner with
anyway.
Linda Thompson the other night. She was.
Yeah,
David
it might have
Foster,
been One
wasn't
Oak
she?
or something.
Yes,
But anyway.
she was his wife.
Yeah.
You know what she's most famous for?
She stuffed Elvis.
She was his girlfriend when he died.
And I know another woman who stuffed Elvis, Carol Connors.
I don't know her.
She wrote the Rocky theme song.
You didn't stoop Elvis, did you?
We're talking about Elvis.
They're talking
Okay,
about
well,
Elvis.
we're gonna go
They're
now.
talking about. Okay, bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye.
So, by the way,
she
Dad.
is the girl. I know her, and she's the girl that broke the Tiger Woods.
Oh, that's why I know the name.
Right?
Yes.
Is that what you're reading?
No, Mom's been talking to everyone in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Mom's in there. Mom. Mom.
That's where I know the name.
Yeah.
So did she date Tiger Woods?
I know that. I don't know how many holes he played, but she was one of the 18. But I think that she broke. I mean, if you look it up, isn't that the first
What's
one?
her
that
name?
Rachel Uchitel.
Oh, yeah.
I
you're
know
talking
her.
about her.
Woods.
Tiger Woods.
Right,
Tiger
Tiger
Woods.
Woods. Rachel Uchitel. I think you're right.
I know I'm right.
Oh yeah.
Boy, we've had a good array of guests on today.
I'm a celebrity booker.
Like
You
without
are.
even trying.
Literally.
She's very pretty.
Who signed her own NDA with Woods just days after their affair was revealed in 2009.
Yeah.
Oh, you know who's calling now?
No.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Let's get Rosie. More guests on this podcast.
That's so funny.
Jeremy, how are you going to make a thumbnail for this? There's no room for the amount of people that have showed up.
You
tonight.
forgot to put Josh's picture on last week's thumbnail, by the way.
Sorry, Josh.
It's fine. I'm not even listening.
Is she here?
10 minutes.
Oh, in 10 minutes. Are we still going to be on? We'll stay on. We'll close with
Stay-
Rosie.
we're gonna close our closing act.
We'll close with Rosie.
We
Our
could
closing
do
act.
Hobby
like
horsing?
a hobby horse and then come back to talk to Rosie and then call it a day.
No, I think we'll do next week. We'll do hobby horsing.
Okay.
Because I
Well,
think
I wanna
we've
set up like a track.
We'll set up a whole track. What are people saying?
Nothing. They're talking to Mom. Terry Mandel is queen.
They're
They're
talking.
saying-
Mom is on this.
I'm telling you, she's in the chat talking to people, telling them they have really good ideas. Terry Mandel deserves an award for being Howie's wife, they're saying. Terry should
44
be a
years.
mood. Call Mama Mandel next. They're all just talking to Mom.
Is she watching?
Yeah. And saying, hi, Alex.
Alex, Mom's on.
She's not watching. She's just talking in the chat to
How
people.
can you have the chat without seeing the video?
What?
Can you be in the chat without seeing the video or hearing the video?
She might be watching, or she might have it on mute, like I am, and just talking to people in the
Wait,
chat.
you're on mute? You don't even hear me? Ask Mom if she's on mute.
Terry is a saint to be married to Howie.
Why? It's so bad to be married to me? 44 years of bliss.
She said, I'm watching. She said, I'm watching.
I'm watching you. I'm watching you.
She's watching.
I'm watching you, Terry.
But she's been in for a while, just talking to
we're
people.
about
Is everything in this building painted black?
Because you want me to be honest with you?
Yeah.
I'm colorblind.
No.
Don't be honest. I'm colorblind.
Really?
Yeah, so I can't see color. So black is my go-to, and also it's better for things that are being filmed. It fades off into like nothing. What color would you suggest?
Well, white.
White.
Would be, you know.
I think this room was
The
white
go-to.
before I painted it black. Right? Was it white in here before you guys painted it black?
I think it was cinder colored.
Cinder block colored.
Cinder block.
Gray, probably gray.
Yeah, it's a warehouse. It's not a. This isn't. And this is good for production. I think it's nice. I think this looks nice.
Yeah.
I think it looks really nice in here. What is Rosie doing now that she's not going to be doing in 10 minutes?
She's in a movie.
In a movie? Oh, we'll get a review. We'll close with a review
Yeah.
of whatever movie. What movie would you think that she would be at?
Mom's asking, did you shave your nose hairs yet?
No. What I'm doing is I'm growing them out and I'm going to braid them. That's what I'm going to do. Thank you, Terry.
Guess who now wants to call in?
Who?
Rick Caruso.
I'll say hi to Rick, and we go.
But he's in the plane right now, and he lands in 30 minutes. We may have to save him to next week.
Next week.
Are you coming back
welcome.
next
You can
week?
come back every week.
You can come back with more
Now that I'm
guests.
a celebrity booker.
Well, it's not even like guess who Josh Flagg and friends. Welcome to Josh Flagg and friends.
Is there anyone that can just come on in person too?
What do you mean?
Like instead of just calling people?
I
Like
think
will-
this is good. It's like a celebrity telethon.
Mhm.
We're having a celebrity telethon.
He
And we're
gets
raising
more
money.
people than you can.
Yeah, more than me.
Yeah.
Anybody from the super chat saying anything? You haven't been reading super chats.
There are no super chats. They're just, why would they give us money to talk to us when they're talking to mom on there for free?
You're talking to my wife?
Yeah. they're
You
just
talking to my wife? You talking to my wife?
Give Terry moderator permissions. We can't give mom moderator permissions because
Why?
she'll block anyone that says anything negative at all.
Oh, so let's give her moderation. How do you make
Do you
a
remember
wife?
she commented? There were like negative comments in one of our videos, and
In one of our videos?
in a lot, but she saw them and she was writing back.
She always gets
Yeah,
mad.
she gets mad.
sits at
Who's
home.
one guest you've been trying to get that you, now that I'm a celebrity booker, that you cannot get?
LaLa was one.
Oh, LaLa has been. She ghosted me. I'm not.
He has her personal number.
Phone her right now. Phone her right now. I won't spend more minutes. Phone her and plug it in. Phone her.
Who's someone else that said no to you?
I got to talk to her. I did hers. I did her podcast.
You've been talking about this for a long time now.
When I did this.
Do you think she
scandal-
saw that you've been talking about her and saying you ghosted her and she's mad at you?
I don't know.
A lot of people are
I don't
mad
know
at
why
you.
a lot of people are mad at me. LaLa saw the Tom Sandoval thing and said the lighting is shitty, like you said. And I
It
said,
is
come
shitty.
on
Your
in and
call
change.
has been
forwarded to voicemail.
It is
Okay,
shitty.
Let me talk to her.
No, it was a. Oh, you wanted to leave a voicemail?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she'll
Oh, you
think, how
should've
did I get
told
her
me that.
number? The phone her back.
I can't call twice. That's like stalker.
No. Call one more time. It's like you got disconnected. Call
Okay,
one more
fine.
time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. Because she's ghosted me. This will be fun.
Am I going to get in deep shit for this?
Probably. But,
Maybe.
but
I
that's
think she
okay.
is actually mad at my dad.
She is.
Oh,
but watch.
no.
Watch.
Make a lot of people
But
She
she won't
hasn't
know it's
sent it to
coming.
voicemail.
What?
She hasn't sent it to voicemail.
She might be
will go.
busy. She's
It'll
probably-
go to voicemail now. Watch. Just here we go. Oh, here we go. It's going to voicemail. Here we go. Come on. How many rings? Are you serious?
She didn't send it to voicemail. That's good.
So what does that mean?
She's probably busy.
Your call has been
Here it was.
forwarded to
Here it
voicemail.
is.
The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone,
She's
please
ghosted.
record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Hey, LaLa, Howie Mandel here. Josh gave me your number, so I'll call you later.
Oh,
I'll call you
not
later.
give him your
Bye,
number.
bye,
Oh, my
bye.
Now I'm going to get in trouble. Oh, Jesus.
Here, Rick 3PO says talking to St. Terry and then Nicholas Satchel says, okay, here's a super chat to shout out Lola on the Dog Whisperer. Yeah.
Lola's
All right,
no
we're
longer
gonna
with
call
us.
Rosie.
Lola's no longer with us. She got eaten by a coyote.
We'll get her movie review.
Yeah. Rosie O'Donnell.
Hello,
So what movie are we watching?
Skadoosh, Kung Fu Panda 3.
Kung Fu Panda 3.
Kung Fu Panda.
Rosie, it's Howie Mandel here. We're
Hi,
live.
Howie. How are you?
Great. We're live on my podcast with your buddy Josh. And my
Josh,
dog.
he's a good guy, that Josh. I loved him and his grandmother on the show, and then I sat next to him at a charity thing, and then we became friends.
And he's for our show, I don't know him that well, but he does most of our booking. This is how we get guests. He just
He does
dials
know
number.
everyone.
Yes. And my daughter Jacqueline is here too.
Hello.
And we're also
Hi, Jack. How old are you?
I am 39.
39. Wow. And now are you doing a show with like father-daughter entertainers or something?
No, it's mostly my dad's show, and he just invited me on to hang out with him.
And talk porn.
And talk porn. We talk porn.
Excellent. How old are your kids?
My kids?
Yeah.
I have a 7-year-old and a 9-year-old.
Wow, you're in the glory years.
Is that what it's called?
I think so. It's before they become teenagers and they start rolling their eyes and not thinking
I
you're
went through
cool,
that.
You know?
I went through that, Rosie. This was troublesome. This child you're talking to was a lot of almost killed me.
Montclair.
Almost killed me.
Really?
So how was Kung Fu Panda?
It was fantastic. Skadoosh. That Jack Black can do anything.
Did you go yourself?
No, I have an 11-year-old child, non-binary, who has autism.
Oh.
And they're very particular about movies and digital art. And finally, after begging since it opened, she went with me today. They went with me today, not
What theater did you go to?
It's hard to learn pronouns, as a 62-year-old mom of an 11-year-old. But we're doing it.
Did they enjoy the movie?
Yes, but they had a lot of comments about the digital animation and why Pixar is better. And, she has a lot of thought. They have a lot of thoughts about it.
But that's pretty wonderful to be that focused, as much as I think that is this something that you think that they'll do professionally at one point?
1,000%. You know how people have what they used to call idiot savant,
yes.
where, you could play the
That's
piano
me, I'm
like a
just the idiot,
prodigy.
though.
And of course, those terms are not used anymore, but she has that with voices, and they want to be a voice actor. So when they find out, that I know the voices of the cartoons she's watching, she cannot believe it. All her world is in what's digital and on YouTube. There's a show called Battle for Dream Island, and she knows what line is in what episode. And this is a show, Howie, that premiered in the 90s or something, and it's been around, and she just found it, and it's an object show, which means it's just objects that look like objects, very simplistic animation, and they all have funny character voices. So book is called book, pen is called pen, and it's very literal and very funny. And
show her Bobby's World.
They are obsessed with it.
Yeah, Bobby's World.
Show them Bobby's World.
Yeah, no, they're very specific. Things I've tried to show them, like today, don't really go over well. It has to be within the world that's inside of their brain, that they're in a lot. They choose to be in that world a lot. And my job as the parent is try to bring them out of that world by sharing that world.
So
we're
Bobby
going
sucks?
to VidCon again this year. We're going to the meet and greet from BFDI, and literally, Howie, it's full of autistic kids. The whole place is full of parents like me looking at each other going, how did you find a t-shirt? The show hasn't been on anywhere since YouTube in 2010.
It's amazing.
I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Well, kudos to you, young lady. And do you still see Susan Dubois?
We talk on the phone, but I haven't seen her in a while. I was supposed to come out for the opening of Barry's show, but didn't get to it. But she's doing well, and her kid is grown, and she's got the everybody out of the nest syndrome too.
Yeah, I know. We've grown old. It's gone really fast.
It really has.
Have you guys ever worked together?
Think of you.
I did her.
on St. Elsewhere.
You worked.
I remember vividly
opposites,
you
didn't
on
you?
St. Elsewhere and the whole acting. You're such a good actor, Howie.
Thank you. I did her
You're a
talk
good
show.
actor.
Josh is
Wasn't
asking.
your talk show on the same time?
No, after.
After?
I don't think.
Mine ended in 2002.
Oh, so maybe it was on the same time. I was in 1999. I had your. I can't remember his name, but it was a director. It was your director. I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob McKinnon, maybe. Bob McKinnon.
Maybe I can't remember. It was a long time ago.
You were on her show.
I
or she
know
was
it
on
sure
your
was.
show?
So many people
Both.
and so many things we thought were so important at the time, and now you look at it 62 right over here, and I'm going, how did this come to be? That I pick up a magazine, don't know half the people. I pick up,
We're old.
turn on TMZ sometimes.
I bet
It's
she
after
knows
my
who Tom
game show that I
Sandoval
like
is.
to watch. And they are all, talking about it. I don't know. It's
I get in trouble for not knowing. I'm going to be 70 next year. I got in trouble for Josh is saying that you know who Tom Sandoval is.
yes.
Well, see, I didn't. And I started talking. I invited him on the show, and I didn't know, and I got in trouble. Bravo people.
Yeah, you gotta vet people, honey. That's the biggest thing. You gotta vet people.
Well, I don't do it anymore. So what I have is I have Josh Flagg on the show. He vets people and then gets them on the phone. Apparently, you're cleared to talk to me.
I didn't know you were doing a podcast. I thought you were just sitting having lunch with Howie and the check was about to come. And then I thought the only other person in my life who has ever called me and said, Rosie, hold on, here's Ricky Gervais. And it was Kathy Griffin. And poor Ricky Gervais goes, hello, Rosie. I'm like, Ricky? I don't know him. He doesn't know me. I'm like, is this what she does? She puts the famous people that she knows together on a phone. So this was time number 2. The first one was Kathy Griffin and Ricky Gervais. And the second one is Josh Flagg and Howie Mandel and his lovely daughter.
Yeah. And you know what? You're very sweet. You know, I've always been a fan. And
well, it's
thank
mutual.
you.
I think you're great, too.
And we're using you as a closer today.
We did it together, the Showbiz Walk, me and you, Howie Mandel, 62 and 70. We're up there.
We are. And thank you so much. This is the closing of this episode. Is there anything you want to plug?
Sorry, honey?
Anything you want to plug?
No, I just got a service dog for my kid who has autism, and it's a free service that people don't know about. I didn't know about it. And if they're interested, please go to guidedogsofamerica.org. It's all free, and it's a charity, and it does amazing things for families with an autistic child.
That is fantastic.
Autism Awareness / Acceptance Month.
Yes, it is. And the second was World Autism Day. And my kid was very interested in going on my TikTok and talking about what it feels like to be autistic. And we did that, and it's out there. So this month, take a look at that if you want.
We definitely will.
Rosie and I are having dinner next week. Candy Spelling is coming too. You should join us. Be a fun night.
Maybe I will.
My dad has OCD. He literally never leaves the house.
This is it. I come to Van Nuys in my house. And
he's in his bubble.
We'll have dinner at Van Nuys.
So we could get an outdoor table, Howie.
Maybe we'll do that. I'll talk to Josh when we get off the air. You're very sweet. I wish you nothing but health and happiness.
Well, thank you. And nice to talk to you. And everybody be safe. I'll see you soon.
Thank you. Rosie O'Donnell, ladies and gentlemen. So what an episode this was. Josh Flagg showed up and gave us not only him, but his full array of guests. We had, who did we have? Candy Spelling. Melissa Rivers. Rachel Uchitel.
Heather
McDonald and Rosie
and our
O'Donnell.
closing act, Rosie O'Donnell.
And then I had 2 producers from various movies.
And Lou.
And we had, for next week, we have Rick Caruso.
Yeah, come back next week.
We have Rick Caruso. We have LaLa Kent, potentially.
LaLa Kent is going to be so pissed at you.
She's going to be so mad. You don't
Did
understand.
you just fuck me?
I think so.
I think we did.
What? I have to explain that I don't even know what we're talking about. Now she's going to be mad at me.
Nothing, except for the fact that she had said that she would come on because he did her podcast, and then she's been ghosting him, and he's been talking about it ever since.
So now I look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fuck.
And Candy, and you look like an idiot to Candy Spelling. She said you look like an idiot. She doesn't like you in the stupid beanie that you're going to dinner with.
That's fine.
Okay. Anyway, you're a true gentleman, and hopefully you come back many times and we do that house show or whatever we can do together. I think that the biggest, most exciting thing that you should do is really try to figure out, I'm not in the movie business, but that book is a movie. It really is a movie. Don't stop pursuing that. All right, subscribe and make your fingers stink on the subscribe button. It is Scratch and Sniff.
And tune in next time for Hobby
Horsing. And then on Tuesday we have, what's his name? Who's on?
Neil Brennan.
Neil Brennan, who's got a brand new Netflix special, is going to be on. And the one that we dropped this week, Jerry O'Connell, is really funny. He writes comments. He's on Instagram, and he looks at ladies' mugshots who are incarcerated, and then he writes very poetic things to them.
Okay.
What are they called? Shorties? I
don't
headshot shorties? No,
I don't know. And we get our merch. We have lots of merch.
Not headshot. Mugshot
At
shorties.
HowieMandel.com.
Shotties.
Mugshot shotties. All right. Then we got a lot of stuff. Go, Kyle.